knows where you are. Better toughen up and be a man. Play the hand that lies.
That's enough, John. Don't stare too long. Girls are starting to talk. Is it any wonder that Marianne never can come by? Can't you see that you belong? Now move along. Hurry up, don't stay. Hurry up, wait a while. Hurry up, make up your mind. It's an evil test to be the best and leave the rest behind. Hurry up, don't stay. Hurry up, wait forever. Hurry up, we'll fade away. Soon they're gonna make you tear it up and throw it to the flames. Better be smart. Don't think too hard. Just revise what you are. Even if you break, do what it takes. Now go and make us proud. That's enough, John. Don't carry on. Don't you love us at all? Find it in your heart to play the part. Now shut your mouth and smile. Can't you see that you belong? You belong, now move along. Hurry up, don't stay. Hurry up, wait a while. Hurry up, make up your mind. It's an evil test to be the best and leave the rest behind. Hurry up, don't stay. Hurry up, wait forever. Hurry up, we'll fade away. Soon they're gonna make you tear it up and throw it to the flames. Hurry up, hurry up, don't ever. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, wait forever. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, don't ever. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Can't you see that you belong? Hurry up, John. Don't go too far. No one knows where you are. Better toughen up and be a man. Play the hand that lies. That's enough, John. Don't stare too long. Girls are starting to talk. Is it any wonder that Marianne never can come by? Can't you see that you belong? Now move along. Hurry up, don't stay. Hurry up, wait a while. Hurry up, make up your mind. It's an evil test to be the best and leave the rest behind.
Hello and welcome to Totally Tell Me, a weekly entertainment review podcast where we talk about movies, music, food, and fun. Episodes are live streamed on YouTube and Twitch, posted later to podcast services. If you're joining us live, feel free to comment. We'll be sure to read those, have you part of the show. And if you're listening later and want to join us for the live broadcast, we are live every other Sunday at 7 p.m. My name is Dominic Mercurio, and I am here with my co-host, Laura Weinbach.
Hello.
What's up, Laura?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. And sitting beside Laura Weinbach, we have yet another Weinbach joining us today. LA-based comedian Brent Weinbach. You might know him from PoundHouse or the other podcasts that you two do together, the Chicken Coop, and many more things.
Poundcast.
Oh,
the other podcast he does.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that too, yeah.
Aye,
Cap.
Aye, Captain. Thank you for having me, Captain Dominic.
No problem. I mean, look, I'm equally a captain with Laura, so really we think
Co-Captain Dominic.
right, exactly. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. How you doing?
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain. Captain O.J. Reedmore here.
And you guys are
wonderful to sail the seven seas with you, me matey.
I mean,
There on
You
the
tickle
Pacific
me feathers, and stick a hook up me anus. Call me Captain Codpiece, but don't call me that.
but don't call me that.
I came across the merman of the Pacific Ocean. Showed me his pelvis. It wasn't nothing but a penis and some flippin' fins. It was a kind of a dreadful sight, to be quite frank. But let's not talk about that here.
Aye, 'twas me watching a Madonna music video, Cherish, where there were mermen swimming about, and it got me really rock hard, and I had to stick a hook up me arse.
Is that really true?
What did you mean?
That there's merman in the Cherish music video?
Oh, you
from
better
Madonna?
believe it.
I haven't seen that either.
know that.
Yeah.
You never seen that?
I gotta
I don't think
rewatch
so.
that
Cherish,
shit.
Madonna, merman.
Okay. I mean, I
merman-
totally believe it. I mean, I absolutely believe it.
I mean, I absolutely believe it too, but like, they didn't have penises like my merman did.
No. The
Oh.
bottom half is fish.
Exactly.
the bottom half's fish. Okay, so yeah, so no dick.
No, just chest.
Just a fish dick.
Just sort of shaved chests.
Oh, do you like
What is
fish
a fi-
sticks for dinner?
Actually,
'Cause I love them.
What does a fish
Fish
stick even
dicks?
look like? Do we know
Well,
what a
fish
fish stick looks like?
A
Probably
fish-
scaly.
I actually had an idea for a song once. Can I?
Probably
can
looks
I
like my.
give you a little
Probably looks like.
demonstration?
Probably looks like my penis last night after I got jock itch. From
Yeah. Does it look like a
working out on my solo flex. Yeah.
Does it look like a penis that's like been in the water too long? It's sort of like a little shrivelly and wrinkled and such.
I think it looks like something with a fungal infection from Gold's Gym, and it's all scaly, and they have to use Lotrimin.
I
Wait.
would imagine it has a bit of a breaded look. You know what I mean? Such as
It's sort of a panko crust.
It's got a panko crust and a kind of fish stick, sort of deep fried appeal.
It's got that sort of side of dill.
I had an idea for a song once that went,
Uh-huh.
peel back your fish skin and let us in. I think this fish stick concept could really fit into that.
Wait, are you like as in foreskin, right? Well, that's more of a foreskin situation that you're talking about.
No, fish
Feel like
skin.
that fish skin.
Yeah, fish skin.
Well,
Whatever that
look, I
means.
mean, I feel like that is kind of giving me foreskin.
Hi, my name is Michael Fishkin, and you could see my web series Peel Back the Skin, where I shave all these sort of crusted, scaly parts of my penis back after receiving fungal infection from 24-hour fitness.
I was thinking it was like,
What's with
hi, I'm
these-
Michael Fishkin, and welcome to my podcast called Peel Back the Skin. Today we're going to be uncovering truths about
My penis.
smegma. Does it grow under
Smegma.
the foreskin, or does it need to have a foreskin to grow?
Hi, this is Michael Fishkin, and you're watching Peel Back the Skin. Today on Peel Back the Skin, I'll be dipping my penis and balls into a tub of smegma. But first, this. I like that. I don't know.
Hi, this
Damn
is
it,
Michael
that-
Fishkin on Peel Back the Skin. Today we're going to be covering the Trump shootout and does smegma grow on a penis without foreskin? This and more. But first, the news.
Jesus Christ.
This is Michael Fishkin reporting live at the scene.
Where was it, Butler?
Donald Trump has just gotten a bloody ear, and my foreskin is hopping off. There was bloodshed and there was skin shed. Back to you, James.
Wow, Michael, that was quite a tale to tell.
Hi, Michael. That was exhilarating. In other news, Long Legs is hitting box office records. I don't know.
It
In other
is. It
news-
really
In other
is.
news, mermen are on the scene.
Mermen were spotted in a Madonna music video last weekend on VH1's The Box.
Wow, Michael, that was absolutely exhilarating. In other news, mermen spotted on the west coast of the Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, I guess just to briefly mention too. I mean, just to sort of like bring us back to an earthly situation here. I should mention that the first half of the episode we're just gonna be like chit-chatting, much like we already have been. But in the second half of the episode, we are going to talk about Angela, 1995, the film from 1995, Angela.
It's actually it was released in 1996, but
Right.
It premiered at Sundance in 1995. But they always get that wrong online. They always say the year that something came out at a festival, but it wasn't the year it was actually distributed at theaters, which was 96.
You're totally right. I actually had that note that I was going to mention later, but it's like, yeah, I never even know what to say me darn self because it's like
As the captain, of course.
Yeah, me darn self, because like what would the director say too? It's like, would the director say 1995? Would the director say 1996?
But yeah, that's true. That's a great point. I think that if the official year of release was 96, but the movie was
Right.
probably shot in 94.
I mean,
so
yeah.
it's, the movie probably is from 94, but it's it was ready. Who knows? It might not have a full cut. Might not have been ready in '95. It might have just. It might not have been fully corrected.
Oh, for the Sundance screening, I bet they probably got that pretty locked down.
Wait, Sundance was 95 though.
What I'm saying is sometimes movies premiere at Sundance, but they're not completely finished, or before they're released or get distribution deals, the companies that distribute them have notes. Maybe there's some edits that need to be made. I don't know. So
Totally.
The final form maybe wasn't ready till '96. So.
Right. The fully uncut version, yeah. Anyways, we'll be talking about that in the second half of the episode.
Uncircumcised.
Yeah, the uncircumcised, uncut version.
The Michael
with,
Fishkin version, actually.
the version that actually still
Precise.
had a little bit of smegma in there was not quite ready for release. They had to sort of like
Michael
dig that
Fishkin.
out. They had to kind of like pull it back, dig it out.
Sounded
and
like
then-
you said they had to dick that out, but for Fishkin it was completely fine.
No,
I'm
dig
Michael
it.
Fishkin, and I'm peeling.
Anywho, you guys are both in LA. You're beaming in from LA, beaming in from some sun as well. It seems like
It's starting to cool down a little bit, but it was hot. It is still hotter than
Hotter than Dominic's dick.
Dominic's dick. I guess.
No offense, Dominic.
No offense to Dominic, but it's hotter than
yeah,
your dick.
no. I mean, none taken. I mean, honestly, again, I feel like it's fairly moderate here and it's fairly moderate here from San Francisco, California.
Michael Fishkin on the scene.
Right, yeah. Thanks, Brent. Yeah, we are in a 65 sort of moderate zone right now. Back to you.
Yeah, this is Michael Fishkin reporting for duty, and we are at a 6.5 inches in length. We are working our way up to 8. That is our goal for today. James, do you want to tell me what the status is on the penis?
Yes, the penis is very hot tonight. It's about 102. And we are just dripping with sweat. Back to you, Fishkin.
Have you heard like people ever talk about the circumference of the penis too? Like not just the length, but also the circumference. Like the diameter is really what I should be saying.
I have heard of thickness.
Yeah, like a sort of thickness.
I think
like,
it's called girth.
Well, a girth too. I mean, that's like the sort of nomenclature term, I suppose. But I'm talking the actual circumference of the penile gland in its thickest form. Well, I just mean someone recently told me like, oh, that dick's like whatever it was, like 6 inches in diameter, and I was like, I don't even know how to like visualize that. You know what I mean?
I can visualize it. It's like this.
No,
it's like this, 6 inches around.
6 inches in diameter. No, that's parameter.
I mean that's
that
circumference.
diameter is right from widest to widest.
Widest to widest.
So I guess what I mean is circumference.
diameter is from left to right.
It's from side to
One
side.
side of the circle
One
to
side
the other
to
side.
side.
So I guess what I'm saying
Sorry,
is
this is circumference.
No. It's
circumference.
not on. It's not on the outside of it.
Not that.
It's in the middle. It goes through the middle of it.
No.
If this is
Diameter
a
goes.
dick.
It's a line going from
The
one side.
diameter is double the radius.
No, I got it. Yeah, the radius is just from one side to the center.
Right.
No,
if this is a
the
dick,
radius is from
But I guess what I'm saying is circumference. I meant circumference because if this was the dick,
Got it.
looking you directly in the
Parameter.
eye, it would be like the sort of
Yeah,
this
the
part.
all around.
Yeah, the all
full
around,
circle.
the all around.
And that would be, whatever it was, 6 to 7
6
inches,
inches?
such and so
I could
forth.
sort of see
can
that.
see it.
I could sort of see it.
Yeah.
But I just like, what do you do with that
It's like
information?
take a 6-inch tape measure and turn it into a circle.
Like, okay, if you think about 6 inches, right? That's about the size of.
it's
you
like
know,
yay high.
It's about
and
half
then
a
you
foot.
Just
You
do
know,
this.
It's about-
Right.
6 inches is about half a foot, right?
It's exactly, yeah, absolutely.
About
yeah.
half a foot, right? So you're thinking half a foot is about yay big. And then if you wrap this around, look, it's about that big, right? And then you sort of wrap it around
Make it a circle.
like that.
That's
Right.
about
It's
how
actually,
big.
look, like this.
Right.
It's about yay big.
It's about yay big.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like it feels like
About
a
yay thick.
Right. It feels like a diameter measurement would be more, I don't know, intuitive to me. If someone were to say, "Oh, that dick is like 2 inches thick,"
Well, you know what? It's because we don't use it enough.
I guess
We need
so.
to start, and we need to start using it.
Right,
so,
right.
ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
when you start describing your penises, you have to stop using length. We're doing diameters at this point. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us the inches, and we want diameters.
Yeah. Yeah. Drop that in chat.
Okay. Next time you talk about your penises, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do.
Anywho, how have you guys been?
Well, we're kind of hot out here. For
Actually,
cancer.
Laura, what are you even doing? What are you doing in LA?
I'm just hanging out.
You're just hanging out.
with the fish skin crew over here.
Yeah, nice.
No, but
It was Michael Fishkin's bris.
No. Right.
He was actually getting
no,
his.
it was
so it
his. It was his 52nd birthday circumcision.
It was his annual circumcision. He gets one done. His
Grows
foreskin
back.
grows back, fat back,
No,
because
it's
he's
like-
got a sort of scales that he has to shed every
Well,
summer.
you know how like some guys will be like, I decided to suddenly get a bar mitzvah at the age of 85. Well, this
I
guy
never get a
Fishkin
bar
decided to
mitzvah.
finally get a circumcision at the
Hey.
age of 56. He
My-
was
look,
like, I don't know. I
my
just
name
really
is Michael
wanted to.
Fishkin. I'm 58 years old. I never had a bar mitzvah. I never had a bris. I said, you know what? Fuck it. It's
It's time. I'm a man.
I'm
I wanna be
I'm
a
old
man.
enough to make my own decisions. I said, hey, Shlomo, get the scissors, and get ready to snip because I'm ready to set my baby free.
And so that's why I'm here.
And that's why I'm here, and I'm just airing out my balls, and it's breezy. It feels good.
Some people do
But
get
yeah,
that.
there's-
Oh, sorry.
what?
Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. No.
Well, some people do get that adult circumcision for
Yeah.
like medical reasons.
Oh, medical reasons. That's
Yeah.
true. No,
Yeah.
this is more just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is more just for the summer
Just for
jubilee.
sport.
It's for the summer jubilee that
Right.
we're actually he's attending the summer jubilee, and we
Right.
thought, we want to make sure looks nice and tidy for the
Well,
summer
it's
jubilee.
more just like it's going to be sort of a group activity. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I thought, why not?
Well, it doesn't really make sense to
Also,
like.
it's not for me. It's for Michael.
Right.
It's for Michael. There's been many gifts.
No, but I'm down here because, well, just visiting family and stuff. But also, it's very hot. There's not a lot of other places in this house for us to have uninterrupted session with
Talk
Totally
about
Tell Me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here in
foreskins.
the bathroom.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
You didn't notice. Oh, I shouldn't have.
Oh, you
pointed
didn't know
out.
this was a bathroom?
Well, I guess now that you're saying it, it's so incredibly obvious with the towel
With the
rack
sink.
there. Yeah,
It's more of a sauna.
This is more of a. This is what you call a dick rack.
it actually
Don't
does
ask.
look more like a sauna. Actually, yeah,
It is a sauna.
It's a
because
bit
of
a
the
sauna.
because of the boards and everything. You guys look, and you're
It
looking
is-
a little, just like ever so slightly sweaty, just like a little
I
bit.
thought you were about to say sweaty.
You're looking a bit sweaty, and I told Michael Fishkin, the twins are looking a bit sweaty, and I just got you're looking sweaty. Look at me, I just got my balls snipped off.
Balls snipped off.
Now you're a eunuch. It's more like
That's a
"I
different
just got my
procedure."
balls snipped off.
I just got my balls snipped off. Now I can sing the highest pitched note I ever wanted to sing.
To swing.
To swing.
All right, wait. I think is Brent a little bit loud?
Am
I'm
I a
just
little
wondering.
hot? Am I hotter than Dominic's dick or not?
It sounds fine to me.
Oh, okay.
Do you mean
it's just
between the
loud.
two of you?
No. I just.
sounds- it
okay, never
sounds
mind. I
like-
think it's just the input volume. There we
It's
go.
sounds
Or
like-
not the, sorry,
No,
the
no.
monitor.
I could use a
monitor.
little bit more monitor.
more monitor. Okay.
Just a little bit more,
Okay,
please.
sorry guys.
Please, a little bit more.
Okay.
Also, I mix you guys
okay.
separately
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. He got the mix.
I wonder if-
but I can't obviously mix you guys.
Closed it. Do you want me to close it?
Yeah. Sorry. This is,
It's even more
we're
private.
working with what we got here.
Yeah.
We made it even more private than it already was.
Right.
So how are
Anyway,
you? What's
so
going
what's going
on?
on
What's
in the-
going on in your life?
What's going
Michael?
on? Oh, you know-
What's going on at the clubhouse?
Yeah. Things are good here at the clubhouse. Reporting in live from the clubhouse again, 65 degrees, cool in climate. Well, I went to Guerneville. Laura, you were just in
Oh.
Guerneville, right?
Girthville. I never
Girthville.
heard of Girthville. No,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, it was.
It is a Girthville.
It was. It actually, kind of is Girthville. In
Oh wait,
certain
when
ways.
did you go there? Did you go there last weekend? This weekend?
Yeah, this past weekend. Yeah.
Oh.
Not like this
Wait,
weekend.
not
but
this
last
weekend, but this past weekend.
This past weekend, yeah. As in like 1 week
Right.
ago, to
As
this
in 1 week ago.
to this
past
very
weekend.
day, yeah.
Wait, did I talk to you about this or not really? Oh no.
No. I think I was
'cause
mentioning on
I
the
was there-
show I was gonna go, but you
I was there the weekend before.
you were
that.
there the weekend before. We just barely missed each other, but
So
but
what
yeah.
did you do? Did you do any saunas or any explosive sort of,
Diarrheas.
no, like sort of echelons or whatever they call them?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I did mention on
springs.
the I did mention on the podcast to you last time that we were going to be staying in a clothing optional hotel in Guerneville.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Clothing optional hotel?
So the whole
Yeah, oh,
hotel
yeah.
So wait a
is
second.
sort
Are the bellboys just having their bells hanging out, or what? I mean,
The staff
are they more like ball boys?
Right. Yeah, no, the staff was clothed, which is interesting because
Oh.
you're right.
That
like,
ain't right.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's all get on the same playing field here.
yeah,
you know?
that ain't gonna make you feel very
Wait,
like
clothing
comfortable.
optional hotel, including the lobby?
You can be, you can just truly be nude wherever you so wish.
That's
yeah.
kind of gross. I mean, people must have things leaking out of their butts, and they must be getting on their, soaking into their couches in the lobby, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's
Do they
probably
make
part
you
of the
shower
charm. You know.
Do they make you shower before you get in there?
Do they make people bring their own pads everywhere they go that they can sit on? Basically, they bring their own sort of little mats that they sit on.
Well, no, not quite. No.
But
not,
you've been
not
there
at all,
before.
really. I have been there as a visitor, but I've not been there like
As an
actually.
employee.
Yes. I've never stayed there. This is the first time staying there. Like we stayed
you
in.
like you
Oh, so
did
you
a sort
did-
of
you
did a
actually
tour
stayed
of
we
the
there.
fully
place.
stayed there. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
did
yeah.
you?
did a
And
tour.
did you fully go nude?
Well, I was. Yes, I was fully nude. I was part-time fully nude. You know.
Wait, question.
Really?
Hold on.
Really?
When
Penis?
you were nude,
Yeah.
did you walk into like a bar and then everybody else was clothed and you were like, "Oh, let me I'll be right back."
Well, the set.
Or you go to a conference
You're
room
like
and
you walk
there's.
in there and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot my underwear. Let me be
Or you,
be right back."
you think one room is the bathroom or something, and it turns out it's a convention. It's some kind of Star
It's
Trek
just some
convention,
sort
but
of, like,
they're just
South
using a
by
conference
Southwest.
room. Yeah, and they're doing some sort of panel, and then you go in there and you're fully naked and you just look around and think,
And everybody's dressed like in role playing, like
yeah, they're larping.
yeah, they're LARPing, and you're just
And
like,
then you're
"Oh,
in there
I'm,
thinking,
is my,
this is my LARPing outfit.
No.
I'm actually supposed to be a nudist.
No, you're like, I'm doing a scene from
I'm
no.
a biblical scene from.
I'm doing a scene
I'm
from
doing.
Nymphomaniac. Don't mind me. I'm just doing
Oh.
a Willem Dafoe look, but just you guys carry on. I'll be right back.
Let me go find my leaf, or whatever.
You know, I think Willem
What
Dafoe
happened?
actually used his real dick for that one too. By the way,
Which
Like-
one?
Nymphomania.
Oh, Nympho?
Oh, but the girl did not use her real vagina, did she?
She used her real dick. Yeah.
No. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't know
Willem-
who outside
No,
of.
did you?
No,
said
I'm
Nymphomaniac.
thinking of
You're
Antichrist.
thinking.
I'm thinking of Antichrist, but it's
no,
it's
not
his real
Antichrist.
dick in Antichrist.
And what's the diameter
that.
on that baby?
That shit's got to be like 8-inch min.
Really?
Oh, Defoe's
eight in min.
8-inch min.
8 in. Wait, but quick
Aiden
question
Min.
though.
Hi, this is Aiden Min.
Wait, let's get back
Reporting for duty.
Girthville.
Girthville, yeah.
Wow,
wait, so
so-
we walked in naked, and then.
Well, let
were
me
there
set the
any
stage a
moments-
little bit because it's not like a full-on hotel with like a bar or anything. It's really like there are rooms, there is a small little lobby, and then there's a big pool in the center in which many nude men are splayed about in a sort of fashion.
Wait, is it only men?
It's very gay. Yeah, it's incredibly gay.
Oh, it's a gay thing.
Yeah.
And so it's only men.
Yeah.
Joanne is a reference.
Oh, only skin. Oh, I actually
Right.
barely even
Actually,
got
and
that.
it's only skin as well.
Right, it is
Only
only skin, yeah.
foreskin.
Only foreskin.
But yeah, I went with my boyfriend Josh, and
Wait, it's
we
like
were.
this, scrape your peanuts only foreskin. Just have to say it. Carry on. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
Hear what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
In fact,
man.
I'm pretty sure I listened to Joanna Newsom on the way up. I mean, I surely did. I listened to her like.
I've been wanting to listen to her on the way up lately. 'Cause I
Oh
went
my
to,
god! Oh my god, guys! I've been wanting to listen to Joanna Newsom for like
it's-
2 years now. I can't wait to. I can't wait to start listening to Joanna Newsom. I've been waiting.
No, it's just-
dude.
I've
It's
had
on my
road-
to-do list, and I just haven't been able to get to it.
No, because I hate to cut you off, sorry, but we went up to Sea Ranch too, so we were doing a little bit of a drive, you know, and I thought, oh, that'll be a good chance to kind of revisit the Ease album in my car, and I want to listen to it and kind of break in my car, as you know, I have a sort of a new car with this album. Didn't happen though.
Why not?
Carry on.
That's
Because
so
we
sad.
listened to History on Fire instead, which we don't need to get into, but it's
You
pretty
know,
fun.
I have a break coming up in September. I think I'm going to really try to do some listening to Joanna Newsom. I've been meaning to do that.
Right.
I really hope to catch
it's
up
a
on.
legitimate thing to mean to do.
I
mean,
guess it
come
sort of
on.
is, but it does sound sort of funny because it does sound.
It's like-
sound
it's also like
you
you
could also
There's
could
very
easily
little-
do it
anytime.
any
Yeah.
time.
There's very little pushback on
Truth be told,
press
you
and play.
can't do it just any time though.
Well,
No, because like I feel like when you listen to when I listen to that album, I want to just dive deep and just listen the whole thing straight through, and I don't want it to be interrupted. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I
want to
basically
be in that
ex-
mood of like passing
Well,
through
okay,
the
no.
golden
If
rolling
you want to
hills.
just go and listen to a whole album in its entirety, I get that. But
So that's where I'm at.
yeah, I hear that, and that's legitimate.
Dominic, chime in.
Dominic.
I
Back to you,
mean,
Dominic.
no, I pretty much do only exclusively listen to her albums as a whole, so I do sort of hear that. But I pretty much do it every single road trip that I ever go on.
Okay, well, yeah.
You know,
And are you caught up?
yeah. At the
he's
moment,
caught
I'm
up.
caught up. At the
Yeah,
moment,
she hasn't
Well,
put
no,
an album out in like 6 years.
I'm not, by the way.
What? You haven't heard her?
you haven't
last
heard
album?
all
Probably
of them.
haven't listened to the last two
Oh,
albums.
get your butt.
No,
out
no,
of this
that's
town
crazy.
Right now.
That's
That is
crazy.
just-
How could you
Well,
have not?
I know.
heard
what
to,
are
I
you?
listened to a lot of Have One on Me, but I did not listen to the most recent one.
Divers.
Oh,
Divers,
well,
yeah, I
it's
haven't
great
listened
too.
to
It just came out in 2006.
It just came out.
Like that.
Yeah, it's like 9
Divers?
years old at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 9.
Is it really?
Oh, 9.
maybe
wait,
8,
9?
maybe 8.
You know, I've been meaning to do
wait,
it. But
No. Wait, did it come out before our last album came out? No.
I
I'm
don't
meaning
know.
to do it. I just haven't.
Okay,
I haven't
anyway.
gotten around to it yet. You know,
Anyway.
I've been tied up with other
It's
music.
actually, it
I've
makes
been
me feel good that she didn't put an album out for this long.
Well,
I'm
she's
like,
about to,
all right.
but she's about to put one out because she's been playing new songs out there in the world.
Ah,
It's
who
basically,
knows
it's
about it?
probably this year. I mean, if it's not this year, like,
She's
come
been
on,
teasing.
Joanna.
She's been teasing the
She's been,
audience. you know.
she has been
She's
teasing.
been tickling the foreskin, so to
She's
speak.
been tickling me ivories.
All right, Dominic, back to the experience. Come on.
Look, I mean,
Set the stage.
just to sort of wrap it up here. I mean,
No, no.
No, not wrap it up. Unwrap it, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because
I want to hear about some things that you saw.
well, we did see something. I will say. I'll
Oh
I'll skip
my
to the good
God.
stuff. I'll skip to the good stuff here. Basically,
Okay.
we were.
wait,
I
hold
mean,
on. I'm sorry. You drove up there?
yeah, to Girthville.
Right.
Yeah, to Girthville.
And
yeah.
so wait, did it get in the mood? Were you guys driving naked up there too? You know, sort of to get in the mood.
Well, it's not like all of Girthville is nude. Let me clarify. Like we
No,
could
no.
I know,
only
but you're
be.
going. I take it you're going straight to the hotel, right?
I guess we did go straight to the hotel.
Oh,
yeah,
wait a
that's
minute.
true.
When you got to the hotel, you were not naked. You're like,
No, I checked in fully clothed.
Okay.
Fully
And there's no
clothed.
women there at all.
Were other people naked?
I
when
saw
you got
one
there?
woman, but
Naked.
yeah.
Oh, one
And
woman naked.
What was she looking like?
She was looking nude as hell. You know, she was
Like,
looking like
we-
tits out. She had like big old, like I would
Really?
say
Big
yeah
ols.
yeah
Oh,
like
they got
big
big
olds,
ols,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of vagina? Big or small or what diameter? What's the diameter on that vagina?
Yeah, the diameter was I'd say it's pretty tight. You know, it's pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you like, was she like, doing that sort of thing, walking around, and it's totally acceptable in that environment? They're like, oh, don't mind her. She's just doing sort of a breathing release.
I mean, she was with her gay
catharsis?
besties, you know, so it was still sort of like
Oh.
a situation in which
How-
like
was she a young woman? Was she attractive?
yeah, definitely, yeah, sure.
Wow,
yeah,
okay,
I mean,
there
yeah.
you go, man.
Okay.
We got to start going
Tell
to
us
the.
what
I mean,
else
yeah,
you
yeah. You could go, you know, and you don't have to be naked. It's clothing optional, you know, clothing optional.
Wait, so you were driving up to this clothing optional hotel, rocking the Joanna Newsom album.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is totally getting me in the mood.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
wait. Have one on, or no? You're listening to like Monkey and Bear. I can't wait to be naked.
I did listen to Monkey and Bear. I listened to Ease.
That makes perfect sense if you're going to a hotel that's mostly men and they're
Down
naked.
in the green hay. Oh, can't
Right,
wait to get
yeah.
naked to this.
What
I
it-
can see that.
He like sloshes the back legs into the muck and
Oh, like
whatever
the
she
water, like falling apart like tomatoes.
said.
or
Towards
whatever?
yeah, boiled tomatoes.
Yes.
Right.
Can I
That
Anywho,
makes me. That just makes me think naked.
Wait, can I know this? Did you get naked?
absolute, yeah, absolute.
Just said he did. He
And your
said that.
boyfriend got naked too?
We were dick out. Well, actually, Josh was naked on for like half of the time.
Really? So he was a little more modest about it, kind of thing.
Yeah, but he had a very like skimpy little like bathing suit situation. So
Really?
it
did
wasn't
he ever
leaving
just
much to the imagination.
Really? What was
Now-
it? Just a floss?
Pretty much, yeah, just like sort of a
Don't.
flash.
Okay. Don't say anything that Josh will. Oh my God! Shut up! I didn't even say that. But
What?
that we know. Can I say his name? I don't know.
Yeah, I said Josh.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think he said. I think he
okay.
said it
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
I didn't
It's-
want to
Don't
say
say
his name.
anything that he would be uncomfortable with. But does he feel a little bit more timid about just going full? Full out.
Full balls.
I don't really think he does. I think that it was just sort
Takes
of.
him a minute.
It was just sort of like
okay.
a dealer's choice, sort of
A
way.
dealer's choice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Does the
But
dealer's
you're
choice.
just loud and proud out there, sort of peacocking.
Well, I mean, I also at times was wearing clothes too. It wasn't like I was nude like 24/7.
Now, are there guys just fully naked even when it's kind of cold outside and stuff? They're just sort of really trying to take advantage of the opportunity, even
Well,
though it's not really practical.
It was very hot. Like it was.
Oh,
it
wow.
was in the 90s, basically the entire
wow.
time. And at nighttime, no one's really at the pool at nighttime.
Did you ever sniff something that smelled bad?
But
No, I mean, I'm like putting down my towel, like on
so
my.
you did feel a bit. You did have some apprehensions about sitting down
sort of
on
crack
a,
to
on
crack.
Well, I feel like no one's really, unless I didn't notice, but I feel like most people are like putting down a towel on the.
Oh, they are bringing around their own mats, basically.
Oh, okay. So
Or
they have a
pads.
sort of sitting pad.
There is a sort of etiquette to this.
Because there's like chairs, or not really chairs, but what are they called? Like the kind of you're like splaying out,
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, did anybody just splay out without a pad?
They might have. I didn't really notice, but
Did you ever
If
see
they
it?
did that, would that be frowned upon by the bellboys?
No, I feel like some people would probably be into that. They'd be like, oh yeah, that dirty boy,
No staff members are naked at all.
No.
Oh,
Really?
they're not allowed.
Why does that not happen? That seems like a
No, they might be
perk.
allowed. They might be
That
allowed.
seems like a perk to it that you
Oh,
go
they
in
might be
there.
allowed, but they're just not taking advantage of it.
They should be.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah.
The bellboys would get major tips, I think.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the bellboys would get major tits, but or have major tits. I don't know.
Anywho, on the final day that we were there in the
Okay.
at the
Sorry.
pool, we were just sitting there hanging out. Like the day's sort of wrapping up. The sun is beginning to set. We're sort of like, all right, it's probably about time to like put our clothes on and such and so forth. And right across the way, like some of the rooms are right on the pool. Like there's a little balcony and windows, of course, that look out onto the pool. Right in our
Those
line
people
sight,
watch.
directly right in our line sight. Not one, not two, but three men are just going at it. They
going-
are.
I knew it. I
They
knew
are.
it,
It's
so-
a full-on three-way, like right
It's just
in front.
It's
Were
a
they older?
centipede butt. Centipede.
Oh,
butt
they were
walk.
doing a
No,
baby
no.
elephant walk? Oh, they were doing a baby elephant walk?
It was a sort of sort of like an Eiffel Tower situation. It was sort of like a.
Wait, hold
you know,
on.
like a
Let me
splayed
interpret.
out-
Let
Eiffel
me
Tower.
interpret what this means. Eiffel Tower. One guy is on the bottom like this, and he's like, "Okay, guys, I'm ready." And then the second guy goes up and basically just plops his butt basically into.
No, his mouth isn't penis.
No, I'm not thinking that. If we're talking Eiffel Tower, then I'm imagining that maybe his hands are sticking right.
No,
up
I was
to-
thinking he sat his legs on the shoulders to do a sort of mouth and penis type
Oh,
of
no,
thing.
that's not what I was thinking.
Okay.
I was thinking that this guy's hand was basically credit carding the butt crack of second guy.
His
And
penis could be
third
in the guy's
guy-
mouth, but
and
still.
that
like-
guy, no, it can't.
Oh, the guy's facing the other
no,
way?
because his butt is on here.
No, I thought his butt goes
Other
in
guy's
here
head
and
is
then the
up
penis
on
goes
top.
the penis goes in.
Other
like,
guy's-
look, it's like what I'm doing right now, look. You know what I mean? The hands are going up, the guy's penis is going in. Hands inside
Oh, but
credit
then he'd have
butt.
to be facing the other way.
Yes, he's facing that
no,
way, but
I'm
he's-
thinking
okay,
they're all
whatever.
facing same direction.
All right.
And then you've got this, so credit card butt. And then the next guy is also credit carding the other guy's butt.
And he's wearing a
then-
beret on top.
And the top guy is just sort of doing this.
No, he would be doing this.
Or this. I
I'm-
guess this is more of a Christmas tree look.
I'm pulling in a picture actually onto the live feed
Oh, you
here.
took a picture? Oh my god.
No,
Not
not a real
Of the
nude
Eiffel
picture,
Tower?
But I googled Eiffel Tower sex position because it's a real thing. And
it
I've
is?
yeah,
wow.
and I've
So
now
they were like doing a cheerlead over here.
I've
Basically.
I've placed a stick figure drawing onto so it's not graphic, but it sort of gives you a general
Oh, wait,
consensus of the.
were they doing capoeira like upside down somehow?
Are they doing Tai Chi?
Were they doing like a?
Well, it's
'cause
sort of-
now I'm thinking like, how are they basically going at it?
Were there any fists
how are
inside of
they
holes?
having sex if?
Was there
that's
fists
the
inside
thing?
holes?
Right. I mean, was it this sort
Was
of
there
thing?
fists in holes?
Well, I didn't see any fists and holes personally.
Okay, were they older men or were they younger? Or?
They were of age, they were.
They were legal.
No,
Were they
I would
bears?
say they were probably like 30s, 40s. They were looking
Oh,
good.
okay.
They were
So
looking
they
good.
were in the realm. They were.
Oh, they were sort of in their prime.
Yeah,
I would say.
probably 40s, but like, damn, I mean, it's looking
So
good.
they
Okay,
were like
sort of
they were
at the-
USDA prime meat.
They were sort of at the end of their prime.
No, I would
wait,
say
hold on.
fully prime. I'd say
They're
fully
kind
prime.
of they were kind of going for one last hurrah,
Not
before-
one last hurrah. Wait, what? What?
No, before they stop being prime,
No, they're gonna be
Right,
prime.
right, right.
No, they won't. And do you think people are prime 50?
No, but Ethan. Dominic said that they were in their 30s, maybe early.
He said
40s.
40.
I'm thinking probably like now that I really think about it, probably like late 30s, but more likely 40s.
So they're
Okay,
not
so they're
even getting.
at the end of their prime, is what I'm
no,
saying.
no, I'd say they're still in their.
Wouldn't you say
middle.
your prime is in your 30s?
30s, 40s?
I think 30s, 40s. Yeah,
40s is
40s.
kind of end of prime in
I
a way.
guess you're pushing it at 40. I don't know.
Look, yeah, something like that.
Anywho,
But
I'll get
no,
rid of
wait.
the visualizer here.
Let me take. Yeah, let's just see the visual for.
Can you share it on
crying out loud.
on this thing too?
Well, if I
Alright,
do,
that's all
it
good.
kind of,
You know what? I'm happy with my imagination.
If you pull up any of the live feeds, you'll see it instant pronto. But anywho, they were just like sucking and fucking, and it was quite the scene. It was quite the scene to behold.
Really, was there a penis going into a buttock?
Oh yeah, penis, buttock, penis, mouth area.
Penis. Anything else that we wouldn't guess? Eye, ear.
No,
Armpit.
no,
No?
there's
Armpit.
really only two major holes for the penis to go into.
Well, I've heard that, but then there was that comedian Dominic something, and she goes, "Baby, if your husband wants to fuck your ear, you
It's
lend him
Monique.
your ear."
Monique,
Monique,
Monique.
that's her name. She said, "You lend him your ear."
She goes, if he wants to fuck your ear, ladies, lend him your ear.
And I just- so there you go.
There you go. Anywho,
Oh yeah, wait, were there baguettes involved in this Eiffel Tower pose?
are you seeing the pose? Are you seeing what
I saw that.
You saw a pose?
Maxime Lampron.
I didn't see a pose.
No, I'm seeing that somebody said
Oh.
3 baguettes and a cheese.
Oh, Maxine.
Now I'm thinking, oh, props could have been involved.
No. The 3 baguettes are the 3 penises, and the cheese is, what?
But
it's
how are
gunk.
they
It's
connected?
gunk
I'm not-
that comes out of the baguettes.
I'm having a hard time understanding
It's
how
it's literally up
on
on
top of
the
each
it's
other.
It's kind of like
on the
Pretzel Man. It's kind of like Pretzel Man, but it's
wait,
Spaghetti
where
Man.
is it? Can you
YouTube,
se-
Twitch,
no.
anywhere that we're live.
Can you send me a link on our
Let's
chat?
just forget it. We
Okay,
don't need it.
I mean, yeah,
Okay,
we don't
just-
need it.
We don't need it.
Anywho,
We don't need it for right now, at least.
right.
We need it
All
later.
right,
maybe.
guys. All right.
Anywho, but what's been up with you? What's
On Eiffel Tower.
What is
yeah, I mean,
well, let me think about this for a minute.
what is going on?
I mean,
God,
I mean, there's a bit of an
Eiffel
elephant in the room. I mean, we could talk about it or we could not. I mean,
Elephant.
sort of like a big elephant that was.
There was a baby elephant
Oh, you
walk
mean
that I
the
was hearing
Donald
about
Trump
earlier.
thing?
Oh, that's.
I don't know if we want to talk about it, but that was pretty.
we
cra-
kind
that
of
was-
mentioned it earlier.
That was
but-
pretty wild. I mean,
It's kind of wild. Yeah.
I
What do
don't
you
know.
think?
Yeah. It's hard not to be a conspiracy theorist about it, but hey,
It definitely feels
You know
like
what I mean?
it's a bit.
It just seems like such a
staged.
good photo op. For
It's
him, you know
pretty
what I
wild,
mean?
yeah,
It just
yeah.
seems like it's so crazy with the American flag in back of him and the blood on his face and holding up his fist. It's just he looks like some sort of hero or something. you
Yeah,
know?
Well,
that
it
is
looks
gonna
like
work
some
in his
kind
favor,
Of,
that's
it
for
looks
sure.
like a World War II propaganda poster.
It just
you know
looks
what I mean?
so. It looks so constructed in a way,
Right.
and
It's
it's
a
hard.
really
to,
good photo.
It's hard to believe that. Yeah, it just seems like it really. This is a calculated thing to make him look really strong.
But
also
I think
feels-
something that does poke a hole into that though, because I do love
Is
a
that people
conspiracy.
died?
Yeah, is that people died? I mean,
But then I thought to myself, okay, look,
Maybe they
and no
were just,
disrespect to any innocent people
casualties
who
of,
died. But if no disrespect to anybody who died or any besides the shooter or whatever, but whatever. I guess my thought is that, or disrespect to the family of the shooter, but maybe that stuff is fake too. I mean, what if that was faked also?
that would be pretty wild.
Like what if they just invented the identities of people who supposedly died, and I don't know.
But then the FBI would probably find out about that, don't you think?
But I guess if the shooter supposedly was registered Republican, so that wouldn't be something that they would design probably. But then I don't know. But apparently somebody saw the person on the roof and was telling them.
No, this is the crazy thing. There was a guy who said that he saw and told the Secret Service there's a guy with a rifle. And
Right.
They knew it for 4 minutes and they didn't do anything. Why?
Well, it sounds like there was just a huge lapse in their entire survey of the area. It seems like they just fucked up. I feel like, and this this is funny because Bryce just commented, "What happened?" But I feel like, I don't know. I don't believe that it was set up, but I do believe it's working in his. It's going to work in his favor. Incredibly
Definitely,
well,
it definitely is going to work in his
obviously.
favor. Definitely working in his favor.
which
But
is
don't you
which
think
is
it's
a
also a
huge
little odd
bummer.
that like he would have gotten like shot and then be totally, not discombobulated enough to be like holding a fist up for the photo op?
Just the photo op is
Like
so
is
perfect.
that front of mind like when you just got shot in the head?
Right.
I did see one thing, and again, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's been confirmed one way or another, and it's also like hard to know if it can be confirmed one way or another. But I saw one thing that was saying that it could have been his teleprompter, like the glass
right.
from the
No, it was
teleprompter.
I heard that it was the glass that hit him, not the
No,
bullet.
but even so, like if
Right. Because that would be a little more believable. Because there's
you've
something
got
about
the
a
Secret
bullet.
Service. Okay, but you've got the Secret Service rushing in and like creating a big, theater display of this apparent, assassination attempt, whether it was the bullet or the glass that hit him. I mean, don't you think that you'd be a bit shaken up to the point where you wouldn't? I don't know. For me,
Well,
I
they
just can't imagine.
I mean, sure, yeah, but
I
they
don't
probably.
know if I'd have the wherewithal to be like.
No, but then again,
doing
maybe that was
that.
his sort of flight or flight response, or maybe his in shock
maybe.
response was, fight, or whatever
Right,
he was
right.
doing. That's what he was saying.
Basically, like just seize the moment.
yeah.
In
I don't
shock,
know.
I can imagine him sort of just thinking, whatever happens right now, I need to be strong. I can't.
Also, they probably
look like
told him.
weak.
They probably told him while they were down there in the huddle, like after they killed the shooter, like we got him. You're good. Like you can move now or whatever. Because like
I don't know when they shot him.
it was
I
like
thought they huddled
instantly.
around him. Really? Oh, really?
Apparently,
What?
they killed the shooter like
Oh, wow.
very quickly after he.
Well, there was 7 shots at least or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, enough time to do that and then die, I guess.
But then again, no, they don't think they'd tell him that, because if there's one shooter, there could have been others, so, or, maybe, so.
Sure, yeah.
I guess I think they were huddling over him in case, as a shield.
That's definitely why they were hovering over him. But I think the reason that they got up and moved him was because they had killed the shooter and they felt like safe enough to at least move, I don't know, whatever. The logistics of this.
I mean, it is interesting. It looks a little too perfect, But look, if a real person really did die and people got critically injured and it's real, then hey, you can't deny that, But
Yeah,
it's interesting though. It's interesting.
that's
though.
interesting.
It's all-
Anyways,
because it almost looked like it could be special effects or something. He goes like this, he goes down, he comes up, and his ears bleeding. It almost could be special effects.
it could. I don't know. I'm
No,
not.
I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist. I don't really believe in conspiracies, but it just seems so perfect, this opportunity as something that
But
could
isn't-
push his edge.
But isn't that what happens with Trump, like time and time again? I feel like he has this aura around him in which many things that should be really fucking terrible for him happen, but then they actually like have
Work
this
in his
beautiful
favor.
way of like working out for him every single fucking time and throughout his entire life.
Well,
And-
Well, but
seems-
some of
this
those
doesn't-
things were by design.
Well,
Like,
this didn't, for him at
In a
least,
way.
he didn't get really hurt that bad, so it wasn't
Right.
that horrible for him. I mean, it's horrible that innocent person died, but
yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Was it just one innocent
one person
that
died,
or
one
did
person got
other
injured,
Yeah.
or 2 people
Yeah.
got injured, critically injured.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
I don't know.
Only
and
one
then the
person
hitman
died.
died. 2 people died total, including the hitman,
Right.
or whatever he is, the shooter.
But
20-year-old, some 20-year-old
Yeah, some 20-year little
gun
Republican.
person and Republican, but apparently he did donate to the Democratic Party at one point or something. I don't know.
Right, it's like yeah.
Well, that also could have been. Who knows?
Who knows? It's all
Who
who knows.
It's a who knows situation, yeah. Anyways, I don't know what else is up, or should we get to the movie here?
Well, now they got to fake it. They got to do a fake assassination of Joe Biden or something. make him look
The
strong.
Democrats don't do that shit.
No,
That's just
unfortunately.
not part of their playbook. But I'm not saying. Also, we don't know. Maybe no. I mean, there's certainly not enough evidence to know whether it was whatever it was. We don't know enough. We don't even know the guy's name. You know what I mean? So.
We know the guy's name.
It was Donald Trump.
No.
I'm
Wait,
kidding.
we know the shooter's name?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oops.
I forget what it is, but it's like a
I think it was Michael. I think it was Michael Fishkin or something like that. Something like
Exactly.
Michael
No,
Fishkin.
That's ringing a bell. It's ringing a bell.
I wanted to like watch more video footage. I saw one small clip from yesterday that was a very wide shot of the whole thing happening, and you can't see any like actual bullet flying. You just see him giving the speech and then ducking down, and then there's blood.
There's also
But
this
there's
crazy
no-
photo that I again am not positive if it's doctored or not, but it's being shared around by like reputable
actual
sources.
bullet?
Yeah, where you can actually see the bullet like zipping by him. I'm like, is this real?
That feels so unlikely, don't you think?
Well, it
I don't
is
know.
possible that you
guess
could
it's
get a shot
possible.
of that, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like the instant that it zipped by his head that's crazy. But I mean,
Then
also
again, there were so many people taking pictures the whole time. I mean,
well, sure, yeah,
there's
and
no
you're
way.
probably just like like with the photos, you
Right.
know. So it's possible that one of them could have had the bullet, but I mean, it's insane. Yeah. Anyhow,
Yeah.
should we talk about this movie, or did you guys want to?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's talk about the movie. You know, let's get
Okay.
into it, and we can still chit chat, you know, here and there, such and so forth.
We can shit chat.
Yeah, we can shoot the shit. Okay, let me see. Let me pull up. Wait, where the hell am my notes go? There they are. What was that?
Nothing. You said, "Where the hell am I?" You kind of almost made a buzz sound, and I thought you were gonna say balls.
Yeah, where the hell am I? Oh, we're good. Yeah.
Where the hell am I? Oh, there you guys are.
Yeah. So Angela, 1996. Angela, directed and written by Rebecca Miller. Premiered at Sundance in 1995. Wide release in 1996. So this film stars John Vetmiglia and Anna Thompson as the parents of two daughters who move into a new house. And the film generally it's a drama that focuses on the two daughters sort of I think trying to like cope with their dysfunctional situation that involves a mom who seems to have some mental issues and a dad who I don't know, is a bit distant in certain ways.
Actually,
No,
I don't.
no.
I think the dad is just trying.
No,
his
he's just
best
trying to keep it
keep
together.
it together. I
Right,
think,
right,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, it seems like the mom is really unstable, and he's trying to make it work. And
Does that help?
now we're going Saw, I think, on
Is
this.
this too soft?
Yeah, I think we should keep it off
Wait,
for
here, hold
now.
on. It's about to get really dark in here.
Oh,
How
okay.
about that? No,
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah,
Still Saw.
we're seeing you. We're seeing you. I saw you.
Oh, wait, now you can see it.
That's less Saw, maybe, but
How about that?
whatever.
It's
Doesn't
looking
matter.
good. It's looking good. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he's trying to keep. I mean, I kind of think of it's more of like a coming of age kind of movie, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, about it. To me, this was very much a kind of a more artsy indie version of Radio Flyer, kind of. I thought it really reminded me of Radio Flyer, but it's more, instead of two boys that are brothers, it's two girls, and instead of an abusive dad, it's a mentally ill mom. It's just kind of, it's sort of like it's kind of like Radio Flyer, but a little more sort of, I don't know, a little more.
Fantastical. Well, no, they're both fantastical, but
no,
more
not
of a
they're
feminine
just-
perspective.
It's more feminine like more female perspective, but also, it just seemed a little more artsy, I guess, is all. By the way, I have a quick little tidbit. Did you know that Rebecca Miller, the writer and director of this movie, is the daughter of Arthur Miller?
Oh, no, I did not know that.
So that's interesting. And here's something else that I find to be interesting is that Arthur Miller was married to before his wife that he had Rebecca Miller with. Okay, his previous wife was none other than who?
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, who Anna Thompson
Looks very
movie,
similar. Yeah.
He kind of appears to look like, or kind of resembles
Oh, yeah,
Marilyn
she was-
Monroe,
right,
particularly when during the scenes
Hardcore.
where she's taking the
for sure.
kids out to the bar and stuff.
Oh.
And I thought that was interesting, and I wonder if that had anything to do. I mean, I don't know. I wonder. I wonder if that was intentional. That she looks kind of like Marilyn Monroe.
Or maybe
her
it
dad,
was somewhat biographical.
Her dad. No,
Sure,
but she didn't know. She didn't know Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe wasn't Rebecca
Oh,
Miller's
right.
mom. You know.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
was, but it was her dad's previous wife,
Oh.
and it's just interesting that, I wonder if maybe he heard stories from her dad, maybe, or something like that.
Also,
I just wonder if it was
who knows
based.
what her
on-
mom was like after. I mean, who knows what her actual mom was like?
No, I know. It's just interesting that her not mom, but her dad's previous wife was
Right.
Marilyn Monroe, and then this character
Was very much.
kind of resembles Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
Sort of.
No, she's clearly going for a Marilyn.
Yeah, that's just it's kind of interesting, And by the way, another thing, Rebecca Miller. Do you know who her husband is? Without looking it up.
Well, I see it in front of me.
Okay,
but yeah, go
it's
ahead.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, damn! Really?
Yeah, and apparently they met at
Oh, interesting.
at a screening of The Crucible,
Oh, interesting.
which was, of course, written by Arthur Miller.
And
There you go.
interesting, because there's another movie called The Ballad of Jack and Rose, which has a somewhat similar feel to this movie, actually.
Oh, really?
But I don't know who
Oh,
directed that.
and who's in that?
And that's with Robert.
With Daniel.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all kind of interesting. Well, here's also what's interesting is that, Arthur Miller is this one of the most famous playwrights, right? And then I don't know, this movie just seems very kind of small in a way and just very independent. And I don't know. It's interesting that it's the daughter of this really famous playwright.
Right. Wait. So were you done? Were you done introducing the movie?
Sorry.
That was pretty much it. Yeah. And just to let people know who maybe haven't tuned in before, we're gonna start our review with no spoilers. So we aren't gonna talk plot in any sort of descriptive way until the second half of our review. So we'll make it really clear that we're going to be getting into spoilers in the second half, and I'll put up a little warning on the screen if you're watching live. But the first half of our review, we're just going to kind of talk a little more general about whether we liked it or we didn't, and parts of it that we liked without giving anything away. So if you haven't seen the film, you can keep on listening or watching, and we'll let you know when we're going to get into spoilers. So with that. I feel like we should start with our guest here, our guest of honor here,
That thing is about to fly in here, by the way.
Oh.
It's one of those big black
Oh, it's all right.
bees,
No,
or
he's
whatever.
good. He's
Black
good.
Widows.
What
Black
are those
Widows.
big black bees? What are those bees?
I don't
Bumble?
know, some kind of bumblebee.
Some
or
sort of
something.
That's a
bumblebee?
bumble. I think
Bumblebees
it's a
are black? Are
bumble.
bumblebees fully black?
Yeah, and they're like little fuzzy. They're like fuzzy,
Bumble.
They didn't look fuzzy. It
Wait,
just looked smooth.
Really quick, have you ever heard?
Smooth.
Did you know that there is like a theater/voice warm-up exercise that goes like this? Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is. I swear, and it is absolutely obtuse.
Really?
Yes. Don't do it, anyone. It's not helpful.
Bumblebee, like that.
It is. It is. I swear.
That's-
Anton said he had to do it in his theater class when he was in
Really?
high school. Yeah. And I have another kid. One of my students said that they had to do. I told my
Really?
student, I was like, "You're just lucky I'm not making you do this. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee." And she goes, "I have done that in camp," and I thought, "Oh my god, that's not going to help anybody."
Wow.
No offense, but
Right.
Bumblebee, why don't you sing to me? What
Oh.
about that warm-up exercise?
that's not an exercise. That's a song by a person that we know.
No, but it's not. I mean, I changed it, to protect the
right.
innocent.
Oh, okay.
so
Brent. Yeah,
anyways.
Brent. What did you think of Angela?
I
Let's
liked it.
also hear your history of the film too, if you've seen it before.
Yeah, this is the first time seeing it. Laura
Okay.
has kind of always told me about this movie and has wanted me to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd been meaning to see it for a while, but I had all this other music to listen to first, and not to mention the Joanna Newsom stuff that I didn't even get to yet.
Just
But,
kept putting on the back burner. I get it. Yeah.
And so Angela was sort of in there, but no, I'd heard about it from Laura, so I first time seeing it, and I liked it. It's I generally like coming of age movies, I feel like, and I think it's got some. it's very dreamlike, you know. I like the dreamlike quality to it, you know. I mean, there's parts of it that feel like a dream, and it's intentionally so. I mean, it kind of mentioned a sort of dream space in it. It's dreamlike, and yet it's not overly done in that way, too. You know, it's not like it's completely surreal. There's just some somewhat surreal things that appear in the movie at times, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, and I like that. And I like seeing kids. I like seeing kids interact, and you know, there's a lot of, aside from dream logic in this movie, there's also a lot of child logic too. You know, and I like that too. And it's it's kind of a cool. I think you could play Radio Flyer in this movie as a double feature. You know, I think that'd be a good double feature. You know?
I haven't seen Radio Flyer, but I looked it up after you were mentioning it, and yeah, it does seem
Elijah
quite
Wood
similar,
is
yeah.
best.
Right.
Elijah Wood and what's that kid's name? The other kid, the younger brother. I just forgot, but he's in other stuff called like The Cure. And anyway.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Laura, let's hear from you, and let us know your history with the film as well.
So I used to watch this movie when I was in my late teens, or I guess I didn't watch it on repeat, but I just remember having seen it more than once because I was watching a lot of IFC and Sundance at the time, and this movie would come on, and I really gravitated towards it. And
she means the channel, the independent film channel.
Yeah.
And
That's still a channel.
I guess that is
Isn't
IFC. I guess that's when. Yeah, well, I don't know why I said that. I mean, for some reason, independent film channel. It's so different than what it is now as IFC, more known as IFC. But anyway, I just feel like
this is like in the 90s or in
Sundance channel. Yeah, in the 90s.
In the 90s, I watched it.
Was it?
So this movie would come on a lot, and so I was actually kind of. I mean, I guess I'm not that surprised, but it just seemed interesting that this movie was showing on HBO Max because
recently. Yeah,
now because it just seemed like such a non-HBO kind of movie when it came out. Anyway, I really loved that movie back then, and I feel the same way.
Love it.
Well, I really love the atmosphere that it creates and just the mood of it and the lighting and the art direction and the cinematography is just gorgeous. I mean, okay, there's a couple things about it that I did realize were kind of cheesy. I mean, I might have thought they were cheesy back then too, but overall, I think that the acting is incredible. The little girl who plays Angela is amazing. She is so compelling, and there's just these moments between her and the mother. I mean, there's specifically one scene, and I won't say any spoilers, but where they interact, and it's just such a good, amazing moment between the two of them. And just those moments like that in this movie that happen are so, they just really pull me in. And it really left a mark on my psyche. And I love, obviously, like I guess not obvious to everyone, but the dream-like quality of this movie is, it's not just that it's surreal and in a imaginative way where you feel like, oh, this is just a dream or something like that. I actually get the sense that this little girl is seeing or experiencing these surreal moments and that it could be real.
Well,
you know
they're
what I
not.
mean?
They're kind of. There's a kind of a groundedness to the sort of dream elements, I guess, or something, or whatever.
It's not just that there's a groundedness, but it seems like these are the kinds of experiences that I feel like I could have had as a child too. You know, or that I know people who have had these kinds of experiences, and that maybe as an adult you write them off as like, oh, these are just like the whimsical sort of sort of fancies of a young child trying to make sense of the world around them. But actually, I think maybe there is some element of realness to these kinds of amazing occurrences that we don't really believe in anymore. So anyway,
the title girl, Angela, you know, she's 10 years old, I think, or something, and maybe 9 or 10, and there is a darkness that she kind of has, I think, you know.
There is, but
and
I
even
also
her
think
opening shot is she's wearing this shirt with a skull and crossbones on it, you know.
Well, there's definitely kind of a like in a grunge like kind of punk rock aspect to the movie.
There's a movie and to the girl and obviously to the parents too.
To the parents,
kind of,
obviously, it's like they're without getting into too much, but my overall opinion of this movie is that I like it a lot and I connect with it, and I just really It pulls me in. I love the world that it creates, but I don't love the music.
There's a 90s.
A lot of the score I felt was like the one weak link to the movie, but it wasn't so bad that it made me dislike the movie.
But it did give it a kind of 90s indie kind of
no,
kind of
not,
punkish kind of
no,
quality to
no,
it too, you know?
I'm not talking about the songs that they use. I'm
No,
talking
I'm talking about
the
the music.
score.
I'm talking about that too.
Some of that score was not punkish. It was like
No,
really
it
cheesy,
was-
like kind of. It reminded me of like Ramona Quimby or something like that. Like this Beverly. It reminded me of like a kids show that would have
Oh,
been
really?
on like. What
I thought it
channel?
reminded me of independent film type of music.
No.
actually.
The
It
music
was also
had this sort of
hyper
folky-
repetitive too. It was like they were using
It
like
would
the
be like-
same thing over and over.
Well, they would have like a scene where something really interesting would be happening, but then it would be just kind of tilted in a different direction by the music being like, you know, sort of happy, folky kind of guitar music. Like
I know. I actually prefer to count. I prefer counterpoint.
Well,
I mean,
it's
I
not-
actually think
but
it's
I wouldn't-
unnecessary when it's not counterpointing something.
It wasn't counterpoint. It was just not the right. It just didn't seem right for me. Like it didn't quite have the right effect that maybe it was trying to go for. I don't know. But anyway, that was one thing that I didn't like about it. And I will say that the fonts that they used for the opening credits were just atrocious. Like if you would have just seen those fonts, and you probably would have been thinking this is not going to be good. But after that, after the fonts disappeared, it definitely, like, to me, really looks good. You know, I just love the look of the whole movie and how it's so very.
It's interesting that it
filmmaking.
takes place in a rural setting, and yet it does have this sort of punkish sort of quality to it.
Well,
or
but that
something.
makes sense to me. It's
No,
like,
it does because of what's the story too. Actually.
Yeah.
But sorry. Okay, I don't.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
but
Dom.
yeah, I really like it. So anyway, carry. But
Dom.
and I like the way that they portrayed the fantastical moments, like just the overall, you know, art direction and the makeup and stuff like that. But so I like it. What did you think?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with all the positives you're saying. Like, I feel like the big standout thing to me was the performances here. I thought the two girls, obviously, of course, especially Angela, but I think both of the young girls, the two sisters, I think not only are their performances great, but I also think just the situations that were written for them and the dialogue written for them feel extremely realistic to how I feel like kids actually interact with each other, and how we like remember, you know, as an adult, remember, you know, interacting with other kids at the time and like lying, but like in this really kind of believable, just kind of way, like you're just sort of like riffing, you know. And I really liked how Angela just kind of like has this world of her own, and she kind of just brings her little sister along, and her little sister's just kind of like, okay, I mean, whatever, like she has to believe her older sister, because what else does she have, really? Like she's
And
kind of
little
like
sister's
something
along for
too.
the ride. Yeah.
The sister also brings something too, though, to it. You know, there's
Well,
a
yeah.
I
little
like the little
innocence.
sister. I like little sister more.
She has like an innocent quality that maybe Angela is like seeking. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
She can't.
Angela
quite-
seems jaded.
But at the same time, Angela is like this beautiful angel too. I mean, there's something extremely captivating about her. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to add that too.
Yeah,
Which
well,
think-
I love them both, and I felt like their interactions were extremely realistic, and yeah. So that was like, I think the core of what makes the film intriguing. I mean, I was into it, but I feel like it was not like fully. I was like less into the parents' drama, I will say, and I felt like there were certain elements to me that just were kind of like happening, and I just was sort of like why? I was a little bit why at times. I don't want to get into specifics yet, but maybe we can get into that later. But yeah, I think like I also felt like the score was repetitive, not really that it was bad, but just that it was I feel like we were hearing that same. There's like this one riff that just kept happening.
Wait, not the one where not the one with vocals, right? Not the song.
No,
but
not
guy,
the
okay.
song. There was like this one thing, like this one maybe 20-second thing that we heard many a time. It was like this little guitar thing with this little bass thing. I can't really recall exactly how it went, but we just kept hearing that, and I was like, okay. I felt like yeah, I don't know. I just felt like it was a little. It just wasn't maybe it's just like not as much for me as it is for you. You know, I was watching this. I was like, this is a Laura ass film right here. This is like very everything about this is like from what they're wearing to, you know, the aesthetic, and I feel like it's very much your vibe.
What is Laura? What is Laura's aesthetic?
Well, not like it's her aesthetic, like for what she wears, but
what she appreciates. What's her taste? Describe it.
well, I feel like, you know, I think in general for movies you really like coming of age stories that center on girls, specifically if there's a choice between the two, and I think you like family drama. I think you like some witchiness thrown in there. It was funny because I was watching this. I was like, every element that was introduced, I was like, oh yeah, that checks another thing for Laura. Like witchiness, kind of like this kind of dark edge to it, but also like, you know, this sweetness and showing childhood for what it is, which is, I think, something like kind of magical that can't really get captured with it. Like, you can't have adults in these situations and it wouldn't make any sense. Like, there's something like the magical realism, I think, that is present here feels like your kind of thing, you know, a coming of age story with magical realism and some like witchery. I mean,
And like the whole vintage like aesthetic of the house and the clothes that they wear.
yeah, the clothes.
The house is run down.
It was like a rundown, decrepit, haunted Victorian house. That's what it looked like. But they also had her wearing like this beautiful 1930s style like silk slip for her nightgown, Angela, which I thought was like a cool choice. But it's like, obviously she probably took that from her mom, but it would look so good on her. And then the little girl was wearing like these 1930s or 40s children's dresses, which is not something that most kids would be wearing back then. I mean, in the 90s, you know. I mean, so I just thought that the way that they were dressed was awesome. I loved all the costumes in it. I mean, for them.
Yeah.
But just, yeah, the whole vibe of the house that they were in had a real just character to it as well. You know, just that was another character in the movie for me. The house itself.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was like, did houses really have... I was curious about... Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't say... I'll say what I'm going to say later, because it's, I guess, a slight spoiler. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I just... It didn't really, like, you know... I just wasn't, like, so invested in it that it was... It didn't, like, shift anything for me, but I enjoyed watching it, you know.
Oh, okay, all right.
Hey, you know, Nicole Van Hess was saying that the happy music made the film feel dated to me at times.
I could
which
agree to that.
I guess it is, but maybe it could have been more timeless, but it's fine. Dated is okay. Well, the music to me just made it seem really 90s to me, but then...
Right.
But I also thought a lot of it seemed kind of 80s. I mean, that one kid who they meet, you know, the one kid who they blindfold at one point, that kid seemed like he was from 1980.
Well,
you know?
yeah,
he seemed like he was very early 1980s. He seemed like he was from a different era, you know.
I feel like,
and actually some of the movie did seem kind of 80s to me too.
Well, they use a lot of like rock, grungy, like rock kind of punk music. It's at times that was like diegetic in the movie. But then, yeah, the non-diegetic music was what felt dated, you know. But if you took that out. I think this movie could feel...
Oh, I don't think dated's a bad thing, by the way.
Well, I mean, no, I guess it feels like it was... That aspect of the 90s maybe wasn't one of the better qualities. Sometimes. No, I mean, there were some great scores that came out. Well, let's see. In the 90s, I don't know.
Well, to me, it felt a little sitcom-y, how there was, like, the kind of... This, like, happy little riff thing that just kept happening.
Right, the happy little riff
It's
needed
almost
to
like
go.
it just kind of was there to transition...
I didn't like it.
They just didn't really know how to like move us from one feeling to another, so they just kind of like it's like what would happen in in like a Days of Our Lives situation, or I don't know.
I don't know.
Like it's just a sitcom-y kind of thing, you know.
It definitely didn't seem to.
It didn't seem melodramatic to me,
It seemed-
personally.
no, but
and
it
that's
just-
my big gripe usually with
It just didn't feel.
music.
It was not appropriate though. I felt like it was. I'd rather them just not have any music. In
I mean,
those
look,
films.
my ultimate choice is no background music at all. I mean, no non-diegetic music. That's
not my choice.
That's my go-to. But
No.
but I didn't find it to be I didn't find it to be overbearing or you know whatever. Personally, I mean whatever. But I don't know. Maybe in the circumstances I was watching this movie, I maybe wasn't being as critical of music the way I normally might be. So,
Yeah. Is there anything else that we want to touch on before we kind of rip off the Band-Aid of spoilers here and like dig into everything about it?
Rip that shit like a skin.
Rip that shit.
Rip the foreskin off. Let's get that start. Let's get that rip.
Yeah, let's rip the foreskin off then.
Can I get a quick rip, please? Excuse me, Rabbi. Can I get a rip on my foreskin? I still got a little foreskin left. Can I get a quick little rip?
The rabbi's like, oh, okay, I got some time. Sure, why not?
Sure. Okay.
He says, I've got 10 minutes.
Well, I got 10 minutes. Pull down your trousers. I'll get my shears.
he goes,
Excuse me, Rabbi. I had a bris around the time I was born, but I don't think they got everything. Can I get a little snip?
He's like,
He's
you
like,
got $20? I got a razor.
got-
I got 10 minutes. Let's go.
Oh yeah, let's go.
He's like, there's a men's room over there. Let's go.
Come on, pull down your pants. Get the iodine. Get the Bactine. Get the Neosporin. I'll disinfect. Get the rubbing alcohol. Get my shears.
He's like,
Let me go.
Joseph, get me the hydrogen peroxide pronto. I got 10 minutes to finish this foreskin removal.
Yosef, grab me my yarmulke. I'm about to snip some kids.
I need to snip this kid's
I get to snip this kid's little tag. He's got a tag I got to snip.
He's like, I've got to snip this skin. No, I've got to snip this kid's skin.
That's a
Get me
real
my
thing, those skin tags,
Skin tags,
They got
yeah.
that.
Do they
They got
happen
that.
on? Do they happen on a dick?
My boy,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not.
Do
My boy-
they?
My
I
boy,
think
that's
so,
not
yeah.
foreskin. That's a
Nike-
tag. That's a skin tag.
Hold on. Elaborate on a dick skin tag.
That's a real thing, yeah.
Really?
I do believe so.
Do they get them ripped or?
Well, I don't
you
know.
Can you can rip it yourself.
Oh, God.
You can. I've ripped off tags, not on my penis, but I mean, I've ripped tags off of other parts of my body.
Damn.
Right. Well, I've heard of that, but
Wait, what?
You can rip it off yourself, or you can have a doctor snip it.
Right, yeah. Anywho. So no spoilers. I mean, we will get into spoilers for Angela. So if you care about spoilers, then you could tune out. Otherwise, keep on listening or watching. But yeah, with that, what do we want to kind of talk about more specifically with the film? I have a few things.
Actually,
but-
real quick, I just want to say to respond to Trey Brown. Has anyone made any Angela's Ashes jokes yet? No, but I did think to myself that I've never seen Angela's Ashes, but I know I
What
think
is
of
that?
it's a movie, and
It's a movie
there's a
with-
poster for it that is black and white, and it okay. One thing I told Laura was that this movie kind of reminded me of the photographs of that photographer
Sally Mann.
Sally Mann.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
her name?
Totally captures the same
And
feeling.
I feel like Angela's Ashes, for some reason, when I think of that movie, and I haven't seen it, but when I think of the promotional material for it, I think of
Sally Mann.
photography in that vein too. Kind of.
Oh,
It's not with kids and stuff, but
Just 'cause it's black and
it's
white?
black. The black and white quality kind of made me kind of think of this movie. This movie's not black and white, but it just
no,
I don't know.
This movie very much, I think, was like had to have been inspired by Sally Mann to some degree. If you don't know who Sally Mann is, you should check her out. She's a photographer from the night who did some very controversial photographs, like in the '90s, or I think it was in the '90s, of her kids. And
I think there was
I
some,
think they're gorgeous.
there was some
photos.
kind of controversial photographing of children in this movie
Yeah,
too.
no, there was definitely some risque kind
There's
of.
some risque
moments.
moments.
But
Like you mean nudity?
Yeah, nudity. Yeah.
some nudity.
was,
but
I
also,
I mean, they're kids, so it's at a certain point, it's not. The nudity is sort of. At what age does it start to become a little too risque? Well, it is a bit risque. I mean, I'll say this: they showed the 6-year-old closer up, but when it showed the not 10-year-old, it was further away.
Wait, should we just announce that we're getting into spoilers?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's not,
I
that's
know.
not even a big spoiler, but whatever. You do see
Getting
the
into
girls
specific-
naked at one point, but yeah.
No, that moment where they're covering each other in mud, and
Right,
they're like
right.
trying to cleanse themselves. That is a total Sally Mann. Like
yeah, that
reference.
really reminded me of Sally Mann. Yeah, and
Look her up. You should look at her. her
and
photos are amazing.
but wait, are we talking? Well, that's not a spoiler, but I just noticed that they didn't show the older girl closer.
Right.
I think that would have been a little too weird. I think so. When I say they, I mean she, meaning Rebecca. they only showed a wide shot of the older kid.
Well, also
naked.
maybe the older kid was not consenting to it. You know.
Yeah, or maybe felt that was kind of weird too. I mean,
did think to
shoot, if I
myself,
was
I
9 years
wonder-
old, I would feel weird about that.
But I also wondered,
even
like,
6 years old.
how did that little girl who was 6 feel about being
Yeah.
nude on the camera?
Right, I
And
know.
was it more like that her mom was just like, oh, she's fine?
Well,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
it pretty much. I mean, obviously
wonder.
she would have a say, but it would mainly be up to her mom.
Would she have a say back then? I don't know. I think it's up to the mom.
Basically
think-
up to the
well,
mom, but I would assume they would ask
You saw
her.
what
I would
happened
hope.
in Borat, or what was it? What was the movie? Oh, This Is America? Or
No, it was Borat.
Borat?
Oh, no, it was Bruno. I mean,
Bruno,
yeah.
remember in Bruno where they like are doing a casting call and they're asking the parents like, so we're gonna have your kid just basically like shooting a bunch of guns and being completely naked and possibly getting sodomized. Is that okay? And the parents were like, oh yeah.
Laura's sort of embellishing
I'm
that, but he
paraphrasing.
does say some crazy
Like,
kind of
he's
stuff, and then
revealing
the
how
kids,
crazy
the
the
parents
parents-
seem to be okay with it.
The
yeah.
parents are basically consenting on behalf of the kids to doing crazy things
Yeah.
on camera.
But
So I wonder what the consent
also, yeah, and
was
plus,
for the parents
I'll
on
say
these,
this:
with these kids.
Yeah, and it looked cold when they were doing these outdoor scenes, and they're in the water and stuff like that. And I just thought, geez, they're naked and cold. I mean, I just thought this seems uncomfortable for them.
It probably was.
I don't think I would have been okay. I certainly would not have. When I was 6, I wouldn't have been okay with being naked on camera.
That horse is also naked too. I mean, that dick.
That
Do you guys
was
see
pretty
that?
Wait, are we
good.
talking? Are we talking spoilers?
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
we're full on. I
Oh,
have the
okay, well
warning
then
up on the
let's
screen.
talk about the end. Let's talk about the ending in a second. But
Yeah.
there's the horse. There's a horse's penis. There's
What was with that close up? Like, was that really her just really examining the situation going on? Because it also looked like, I don't know, maybe I was tripping, but it looked like he was starting to grow one.
the horse?
The horse, yeah. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely a
No, I
horse
think
penis
I
coming
think he
out.
was like about to go pee or something like that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I
Because
don't
it was
know.
like growing. It was like becoming a grower, not a show.
Yeah,
grower.
it was
Right.
become. I think that happens when the horse goes pee, or like similar to a dog, right?
I know,
It
but then
just
he
comes
didn't
out.
go pee, and then it was like we just kind of moved on from
Well,
there.
they cut before the pee came out. I'm guessing.
Look, I
Well, sure,
think
but
that it was definitely the movie's got some risque moments. The two kids getting bathed in mud and being naked. I mean that's risque. And then there's this child molester guy or whatever in
Mm-hmm.
the movie at one point, and that's kind of interesting. I mean I don't know if it's risque exactly, but it's kind of interesting.
Well, yeah, that was a pretty
What's
stressful
inter-
scene,
I guess
I feel.
well, what's interesting is that Angela is just really wrong about stuff, or she's kind of going down the wrong paths on things. She sees the child molester guy at this fair that they meet. She sees him and thinks he's a good angel or whatever. And meanwhile, there's these other guys there's one guy that they kind of met recently who is probably not, he's probably a fine guy or whatever, but they seem to kind of run away from him, And then it just, also I was thinking about that time when she goes into the woman's house who's sleepwalking,
Yeah.
And that's kind of scary in a way. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sleepwalking. You mean
on
the neighbor?
both-
yeah, the one with
on-
the king mailbox.
Yeah,
I don't-
on
She's
She was-
sleepwalking?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, she was
100%.
sleepwalking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But I thought
Oh.
it was weird on both ends of it. If you were a girl or a boy, whoever, anybody following someone sleepwalking into their house, and that's scary. But then imagine waking up and then seeing some random kid in your bedroom, kind of trying to tell you to wake up. That would be freaky, also, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think that maybe it was a commentary on how maybe she was like gravitating towards the dark side of things.
Yes.
Because she maybe felt like she needed to have a reason as to why
She had shame.
Well, it wasn't that she had shame.
She thought she was full of sin.
She thought that maybe because she felt like it was her fault that her mother was having mental illness, but she didn't
Yeah.
know what she did. So maybe she was like sort of guiding herself into these dark situations so that she actually had a grounded, tangible thing to attach her, I don't know, like her mysterious element of shame.
She thinks she's bad, basically. And she, when she gets baptized,
But she doesn't
she
know
asks
why.
the person baptizing her, by the way, who's played by Vincent Gallo, who's,
Yeah.
I think, has 5th billing in this movie, and yet he's in one scene.
I know. I was waiting for Vincent Gallo. I was like, "Wait, he's in this." When he popped up in the opening credits, I was like, "Oh, I had no idea he was part of this." And then
Yeah.
I was just waiting. I was like,
Me
"Did I
too.
miss him?" And then all of a sudden,
I
he pops up
didn't
at the
know
end.
he was in it.
Yeah, so he's in one scene, but he dunks her, and then after that, dunks her 3 times, and then she goes, "Can you do it again?" She couldn't get clean enough. There's this feeling like she's always dirty, and then when the dad was upset with her for running away for a while, and he was kind of yelling at her, she tells him, "You can hit me."
Right.
Like, I've been bad. You can hit me, and then that makes him. He doesn't hit her. I mean, he hugs her after that, but she was very. She's disturbed. That girl.
But yeah, rightfully
She's
so,
disturbed,
though.
but it's kind of like
She probably
it's kind of
felt-
like her mom's mental illness is sort of transferred onto her somehow,
well,
or,
it's not just
something
that, but
like
her
that.
mom
you know?
like says that she doesn't feel. She spies on the parents talking about how the mom says she doesn't feel anything for her girls anymore, and so she
Right.
feels like unloved.
Right, unloved. Yeah, I mean,
so-
I guess she just has these
But she
negative.
probably
feelings.
also feels like she has to protect her little sister to some degree, but also
Or
take
she's
her
also
sister with her.
Yes, she also kind of puts it on her sister too. She's kind of saying, "Oh, you're sinning too. You got to be in the circle and whatever."
Right, but at the same time, I don't know.
It's weird that she lies to the. There's a
It's
baby.
also not that weird because they're children and like it's not supposed to make sense.
Well,
Kinda, I
but
don't
she
think.
lies to this guy who's probably somebody who would, be a safe person. She says that her parent. Oh no, she doesn't lie to him. She runs away from him, but she lies. She lies to the child molester in order to make it so that he's comfortable hanging out with them. So
Right.
she asks about her parents, and she says her parents are dead.
Right.
And then he goes, "Oh, really? Okay." And then he kind of gets them over to this private area where he was probably going to, molest her or whatever. And but she says some other things that kind of freak him out, and then he
It's
Well,
like
because
her
he thinks that she
is like an
told
undercover.
someone, like that because she says something like, "Oh, I already know who you are. I've been waiting for you," and then that like
Right.
freaks him out because he's like, "Oh shit, am I about to get caught or whatever?"
yeah.
Well, what's interesting is that her own sort of delusions about,
Right.
angels and her delusions and her kind of just general outlook on life is what lead her both into these potentially
Dangerous
dangerous
situations,
but
but
also
also-
save her from them.
Well, not ultimately.
Well, I don't know about ultimately.
Well, I don't
because
know. The end
What,
is
like
could
if
be
we
a
talk
dream.
about the ending,
The
what
ending
is-
is who knows.
how
what,
do we interpret
the end
that?
is pretty open-ended in a way, although one could certainly interpret it as
Just take it at
she
face value,
that
she
she dies, or whatever. But I knew that somebody was going to die in this movie because the beginning just seems to foreshadow that easily. The beginning of the movie is always. She says something in the beginning about how. That a soul needs to be taken or something like that,
Well, also
And it
throughout
does-
the film, there's kind of this back and forth of like, "Oh, take my mom, no, take me." Like she feels like someone needs to go,
Right.
to save. She feels like she either needs to sacrifice herself to save her mom, or she's sacrificing
Or
her
to
mom to
save
save herself.
or to sacrifice one of them to save her sister.
Yeah, maybe, but there's definitely like this idea of this
Or
sacrifice
no, I
that
think
needs to be
you're
made.
right. It's between her and her mom. Yeah.
Well, because she at one point she flips because she's like she kind of gets I think
yeah.
pissed at her mom when her mom dances with that one dude at
Right,
the
right.
bar or whatever. She's kind of like, "Oh, take my mom, take her," but then she after
Takes
because I
it
think
back.
that very night right is when her mom has that mental break. And then slices her hand open, goes to the hospital, and then at that point later that night she talks to the beings, I guess, and is like, "Take me instead. Like I didn't mean it. Take me," because she feels like she did that. Like again, I feel like there's this constant feeling for her that whatever is going on with her mom is because of what she has done, or which I think is a pretty common thing in general. Like I think there's a lot of times when there's dysfunction in the family that kids begin to blame themselves.
Yeah, kids blame themselves. That's
incorrectly.
a classic thing. It's
Right.
a classic thing.
And I think it's kind of taking that concept to a kind of elevated level. And from the perspective of the kid, it feels like whatever's going on with her parents is because of her, because she has this feeling that she actually is able to kind of do these witchcrafty kind of things,
Well, also, she even says, she kind of says things, she tries to find signs and meanings and things that, aren't really there, which, by the way, that's a symptom of somebody who's having some kind of schizophrenic break also, is finding signs and meanings and things that aren't really there, but she'll see the cat and she'll say, okay, if it's,
Right.
if we're not supposed to go up there, give me a sign, and the cat will just do a normal movement, and she'll go, okay, that means we're supposed to
Right.
do this, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
or whatever, you know. So it's
But that's
just
also very
finding-
kid-like, I feel. Like
it is, sure, it's kid like too, sure.
I think when an adult does that, it's a little more concerning.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I feel like when kid, I don't know, I feel like that doesn't necessarily mean that she.
No, I don't think she's going
Yeah.
through any kind of schizophrenia. I'm just saying the mom might. Well, I don't know. It just seems like there's some mental illness, and then
Yeah.
she blames herself for her mom, kind of, and so maybe there's I don't know. It's just maybe some kind of correlation there. But
Yeah.
It's interesting because she seems to like really harbor anger and resentment towards the mother, whereas the younger one is just so not hateful. Like she just completely assumes like that she. It's almost like there's a part when I thought that it was really telling when they're over at the babysitter's house and the babysitter is like her water broke and the little girl goes, "I'm sorry." Like she thinks it's her fault that the girl's water breaks when she's about to give birth.
Well, because it's like,
'Cause
I mean,
were,
they're
like,
making these
upstairs.
connections or whatever, and she like jumps onto the. I kind of felt like it was because she thought that she jumped off of the bed or something.
Right. But
Yeah.
she also doesn't seem to understand. She's just completely innocent and unwilling to like recognize any bad or wrong in other people. Because she, even when her mother is dancing with that guy, and the mom says, "Guys, I really don't want you to tell Daddy about that." She goes, "Okay," you know, and she just doesn't even question it. She
Sure,
just
yeah.
understands.
But I think
Whereas
she's at that
Angela, like,
age. Yeah.
she is at that age, but there's something also like remarkable about that age, and where I think that because it's a coming of age movie, it's also kind of shedding light on the levels of perception that we develop at these different ages that may not even be that far away from each other, but they are kind of drastically different in the way that we are able to judge people and how we judge them, and kind of, you know, the level of sort of unconditional love that one can have for, you know, a person, versus where that line starts to get crossed and where does that end, where does the unconditional love part start to end, you know what I mean, or no longer become a place of just pure just forgiveness and light, you know. So I think it's a lot about, like, you know, the sort of light, it's about a loss of innocence, which is another subject I'm very drawn to, and yeah, I just think, I don't know, again, I just think it's really interesting. I really loved the way that they portray, like, the devil in this movie, or the dark angel, the fallen angel. I don't know what you thought about that, but I just thought he was, like, really, it reminded me of, like, an REM video or something. And
You
kind
mean
of in a funny way.
specifically losing my religion.
Yes, of course, yeah. But,
He looked a little
I
bit
like-
like he was wearing a diaper.
oh, yeah, I'm sure he
I
was.
liked him because he had a
just liked
sort
it.
of, you know, kind of a feminine look, you know, and it reminded me of Orlando for some reason.
yeah.
Kind of, even though there's nothing like that in Orlando, really. Maybe except for the end of Orlando, maybe. But it's just, there's something kind of, there was something sort of glossy about him because he had lipstick on and stuff. And he almost looked like some sort of, you know, raver or something like that, you know. But you know, but he had all this powder on, you know, his white powder and then the lipstick.
I just
But
liked
then
it.
and I thought it was cool that he had the hooved feet.
I like the hooked feet. I like just like his fallen wings, and I just like the way that he would appear in the basement, and kind of, it just had this dark feel.
I also liked how when the Virgin Mary appears, I
I
thought that
like
was
that too.
very kind of creepy and cool.
Yeah,
You know, just because it
'cause
just
she does look kind of nice, but it's also
she looks
like,
nice, but it's just there's this woman outside the window, and it just I don't know the way that she's looking and staring and smiling and stuff. It just there was something kind of weird about that, but I liked it.
But it's also cool how the little girl sees her, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, this little girl, I don't think she's making her up. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's made up. It feels real, you know? And
Well-
maybe to her, it really was real.
Well, no,
And
I
then-
mean, yeah, it was. Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I
It's
can't
like-
remember, Laura. When Angela comes up into the room, she doesn't see the Virgin Mary.
No,
right?
Angela
no,
doesn't
right,
see
okay,
her.
yeah.
She leaves.
Yeah. But you know, by the way, even the stuff that's not supposed to be sort of visions or fantastical visions, it's still sort of dreamlike. You know, just the way that
Yeah.
the roller skate appears to them, or they
Mm-hmm.
some tool drops from a truck, and
Right,
th-
things
these
kind
things
of
sort
come
of
to them.
things kind of come to them, and they encounter things in this sort of dreamlike odyssey, you know, when they
And the
when
horse
they went
and
off. The horse, of course. I mean, the horse easily, you know, but in fact, cliche. There's almost a cliche. The horse that
I
they come
also
across.
really
you
like
know?
the music. I do like the music that plays when they find the horse. To me, that music worked.
I brought up a screenshot of the diaper twink that was
You
that was
felt
that
he
fallen
a twink.
fallen angel. Yeah.
What did you think of the angel?
I thought it was. I mean, you know, I thought it was cool. I thought it
Seemed
was
like
cool to
some-
a degree, but
Did he
the
seem
diaper
like
really
somebody
threw
you
me.
might-
The diaper threw you?
The diaper threw me, but I really liked everything else. Like, I feel like it would have been better if he was just naked or something, you know, like balls out.
By the way, there was
No, but the angels wear those kind of diapers and stuff sometimes.
there was
Yeah,
a
it's
scene
just very
when,
diaper-like, you know.
there was a sort of sex scene where I did feel like, was that necessary? I mean,
the sex scene between the
it's
mom
so-
and the dad. It was so weird.
was
It
a
was
little
almost
bit-
like they were like
but why?
doing some kind of yoga. Or
Why
something
did they
like
need that? You know.
Well, I think it was
It
just
shows-
to show that they had this weird kind of.
Well, they obviously she was having a
random-
good day. She was having a good day that day. Or
yeah, but
something,
the
and then-
sex was so like forced and unsexual in a lot of ways. Like it just felt very kind
Is
of.
that what it meant? I
it
thought.
just seemed sort of like.
I thought it was just meant to show, it was a good day, and now they're connecting on a physical level, and
Well, it
you know,
wasn't exactly like the
I don't know
most
if they-
sensual sex scene. It was like these two people in a weird kind of like fetal position or weird yoga, almost like standing on there. It was just such a weird sex scene, and I think
was very
more
brief.
to just. I think it was also more to show. Wait, was it there a voyeurism happening there from the girls? Like, did
it
one of
didn't
them
show
see
that. It
them?
didn't
No.
show them doing that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it
But-
almost did earlier. Well, there was something you were going to say, Dominic. Was it about how it's kind of weird how
Yeah.
you could see into the bedroom below?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. I didn't want to say this before spoilers because I guess it's kind of a spoiler that she's like spying on her parents. But like, I was curious, would that really be a thing? Like that you could look into a grate and look directly into the room below? That seems
I don't
insane.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of house would be like that?
Right.
Could be a thing.
You basically have no privacy.
Oh well, also that means that there's no layers between the floorboards.
It's just like, yeah. I mean, I don't understand how that would be a thing.
Right. It
But that's
seemed a
fine.
little weird.
It's fine. I mean,
seemed a little weird.
It kind
I
of
almost-
threw me
I
a little
almost-
bit. I was like, so they have a grate in their room. How
almost
convenient,
believe-
directly to the living room.
I almost thought it was imaginary in a way, and that she was just hearing them, but then
But they see, yeah, you see.
fantasizing seeing them, though. You know.
Well, no, but you see her looking into it though.
No,
and
I know.
it's
I
like
thought that was
the
a
glow
fantasy,
comes
though.
up and everything. Yeah.
I thought that was
Right.
maybe a fantasy, maybe that
Yeah.
grate appeared where she can look into it, but maybe she was only hearing them. And, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose potentially, but yeah, it seemed quite
I don't know.
literal.
I don't know.
and a little
Maybe, yeah.
a little far fetched, but that's fine. I mean, whatever.
No, I mean it is kind of crazy, but I mean it's not like they couldn't have, shown her spying on them a different way. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, but I mean,
it saw like. Oh my God, this does look really creepy.
No, it's not Saw-like. It just looks like Pretzel Man.
This looks like some
Stick it
sort
in my
of-
ass.
you know who else popped up randomly in this? Have either of you watched 6 Feet Under, the TV show 6 Feet Under?
I watched like a couple episodes of it.
Because the mom in 6 Feet Under, who's incredible, Frances Conroy, she popped up in this movie very randomly when she runs away and then she goes to that house with the
With
mom
all
with a
those
bunch
kids?
of kids.
Okay.
But the mom is the mom in 6 Feet Under. I was like, oh my god, there she is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
That's a
that's
little
the
random
mom?
fact, yeah.
6 minutes from.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
I recognized her from the movie Unforgiven, the Clint Eastwood joint,
Uh-huh.
that Eastwood joint. Played this woman who gets scarred up.
Right. Well, anyways, that was...
But yeah, man.
I wanted to look up the little girl who played Angela and find out
I
what
actually
she
did look those.
What became of
I
her?
looked those girls up. Oh, man. Well, it's interesting to me what became of the younger girl,
Oh, really?
the 6-year-old. Well, she's has all tattoos all over herself now, and she's has dark hair, and she's I think in a band or something.
That makes sense.
It's interesting.
It also had like a little bit of a Courtney Love type of look. The mom reminded me a little bit of a Courtney
Sure.
Love type of feel.
Sure.
I think this is during that era, you know what I mean, when that was like the vibe, It was just sort of how to
Oh,
kind of
wait, Laura.
what?
Wait, is that? Oh, that was. Have you been just
No,
wrapping? Oh,
no,
sorry.
no.
Wrapping
This
this
is
on
fine.
your toe.
No.
Yeah, it also looks like she doesn't really act anymore.
Who the Angela?
Anna Thompson.
Oh,
Anna Thompson? Are you talking about Anna Thompson? Oh,
No,
the girls.
the girl
The
who-
girls don't seem to act.
Yeah, the girl who
the
played,
girls didn't. I don't think they did much acting actually.
right. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we
Yeah,
were talking
and-
about the girls.
The one who played Angela was so good, don't you think? She was just such a good actress.
Yeah, she was
just
great.
seemed so real, like their whole all the interactions between the mother and the daughters themselves, just between each other, just felt so natural and so real. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really like this movie. It pulls me into a world, and it's a world that I'm interested in.
Yeah, just pulling up one more shot of this diaper twink here because I mean he's very pretty. You know, he's very pretty. He's a gorgeous man. You know, and I get it. He's sort of like an ash covered situation.
He is an ash covered sort of
Hoofed.
twink of the '90s rave.
Right.
He's an ash-covered hoofed foot.
He's a sort
Right.
of unjankoed. He's an unjankoed, diapered man of a twink.
I really feel like Luca Guadagnino would cast him for sure. You know,
Well,
I think
he
he'd
had
pass
a-
the test.
His hair looks very sort of, ravery.
Right, or a
don't
bit,
know.
a bit,
I
a bit Roman, like a Roman sculpture type
He
situation.
looks like an angel.
Well, I think that's what they're going
He's a
for.
beautiful angel.
He's a beautiful angel.
Look, I liked how they did him.
He's my
Oh, I
beautiful.
like
He's
him too.
actually my beautiful angel boy. It's just
Really?
my
So
beautiful
you love
angel
that?
baby boy.
I liked him too.
I
you-
could get into it. Yeah.
You would
The
get
goatee
it.
I
though,
liked
the
him
goatee throws me off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember.
know,
Was it
but
a soul patch?
Afraid
It
to
was a
say.
little bit of a soul patch.
It was
There's
a
a little
soul
bit of
patch?
just a little bit of a.
But if they didn't have the word soul patch as its name,
If it was just called patch.
if it was just called beard or whatever,
Yeah, if it was just called instead
don't
of
know.
soul patch, sort of.
devil patch,
What if it was called devil's patch?
the devil's patch.
Oh, he's got a devil's patch.
That might work more.
Or if he had a demon patch.
Right.
Demon patch.
Yeah. Soylent Heston says it's as if a bottle of talcum powder fell on Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon, I would have to venture so far as to say hell no.
You don't
That
like
was not. No, I'm just saying that did not look.
It didn't
like
look like Matt Dillon.
by
It didn't
any
look
maybe
like
a
Matt
young,
Dillon.
maybe a young.
That
I mean,
did-
honestly,
wait, Trey
no
Brown.
offense.
Trey Brown says baby powdered Josh Hartnett. Now Josh Hartnett, I'm seeing a little
I
more.
would have to
Look.
venture so far as to say hell no once again because those. Okay, Matt Dillon and Matt Hartnett. Yes, I see the similarity, but this guy did not.
Can I venture to
By
say?
any stretch of the foreskin, does not look like Matt Dillon.
Can I venture to say, and I just mean with all due respect, but he kind of reminded me a little bit of Dominic, to be honest.
wow,
A little
wow,
bit. And if
Well,
I could
I would
be
have to
put-
venture so far
no
as to
disrespect.
say
wow. I'm pulling
you
up.
think
that
that-
did not look like Dominic.
You didn't think it looked like Dominic a
No,
little
if
bit?
anything, it looked like.
I look. You know what? Even I'll say that a little bit, just a little
A
bit.
little bit like Dominic. A little.
I mean, I don't know if I'm just complimenting
Are we talking
myself.
the
because I
angel?
think-
Are we talking Lucifer here?
Um,
I mean,
I'm talking about yes, Lucifer in this movie. Yes.
I mean, I have the pictures
guys,
up.
did we see the same movie here? I don't
Who do you
know.
think he looked like? If he did
He
not like.
looked like.
He kind of.
I actually think he almost looked like the Jesus from the Like a Virgin
Can-
video.
can you-
but
can you
I
pull
was
up
about
the-
to
can
say
you
he
pull up
looked
the
like
live stream?
Madonna.
Can you pull up the
but
live stream?
Dominic doesn't look like
Laura,
the
pull up the
Madonna.
live stream.
Pull up the live
Yeah,
stream?
pull up
I
either
think he
the Twitch
actually
or the
kind of
YouTube.
looked like one of the mermen in Cherish.
Oh, pull up the live stream.
Because
I think he looked like
I'm currently
So
displaying
Dominic
pictures.
doesn't look like that.
No, Dominic kind of looks like a merman.
All right, hold up, hold up.
Because right now I have on the screen a picture of our diaper baby boy, and I also have a
All right,
picture
hold on,
of
let me pull it up. I'm pulling it
Jo-
up.
Josh Hartnett next to him.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh,
Okay,
now you're
sorry,
gonna get
sorry,
the double
sorry.
talk here.
No, hold
Go
on.
ahead and mute that shit. Go ahead and mute that
I'm
shit.
gonna mute that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just something to consider. It's
Oh
just
my god. Okay. Now let
something
me
to
look at this
consider.
one. You know, it's funny. My memory of him was almost that. Like I thought maybe he was black actually, but no.
Who?
The angel.
Oh, no.
No, he looks like. Okay, I do see the heart. And it was, no.
and what if I just decided to do this?
He looks like somebody.
He doesn't look like anyone else I know. I just think he has his own interesting
He looks
look.
kind of like Dominic in some sort of way.
He looks like he is from the REM video and is probably the Dark Angel.
How about when I-
Probably that arrowed
The
figure.
arrowed figure.
The arrowed figure.
How about when I do this, Laura?
What?
Look at him.
That's.
I see it. How about
Let me do it, let me
Let
do
me
it.
do it. Actually.
Right. Yeah. Okay. A little bit. Yeah.
Guess what?
Hmm.
It was me.
Wait, Brent. We got a Brent. We got Brent's
right,
doing
go
it here.
ahead.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna say Brent. You look nothing like him, but that's the facial expression is there for sure. Yeah.
You know what though? To be quite frank, I would be down for that guy. You know,
Oh,
probably could work for me.
Really?
He works for
In
me.
a way.
He works for me.
In that look, with that outfit,
With
and
that powdered-
skin, and
With
the
that
powdered-
diaper.
You know what it is? It's the powdered skin, the red lip, the sort of red eye. It looks good. There's an appeal there.
Who does he remind me of? He reminds me of something, and I can't think of what it is. I feel like it's some sort of gay thing.
He's
you
not.
know?
He's definitely
He
not.
reminds me
Josh
of some
Hart.
kind of. He reminds me of a gay thing that I've seen before.
He's a
some
little
sort of-
gay coded. He's a little
there's
gay
a-
coded.
There's a movie that I saw. It
You're
was
just-
it was about a
no.
gay movie. No, it was a gay themed movie, and
Oh,
he
wait a
reminds me of
minute.
that.
Could he be a Chris Garneau incarnate? Do a side by side.
No,
on that
but I
shit,
think
Dominic.
that Dominic really looks like Chris Garneau. Kind
Dominic, pull up a Chris Garneau
Okay.
right now,
I'm pulling
ASAP
up a Chris-
Raparugan.
Garn.
I think that actually.
That is no. Get that Josh Hart sknet out of here.
Wait, how do you spell Garno?
Garnet.
Heartsnet.
Hartnett
You
is
know,
no
Oh, wow.
angel from the 90s.
Oh wow. Okay.
Who did
So
he remind me of? This guy. He reminds me of some sort of leather jacket love story of
No,
sorts. you know?
he's not a leather
Yes,
jacket.
he
love
is.
story.
He's a
No,
sort of a
he's
leather
not.
jacket
He's
love story. He's
not.
sort of a star maps of
No,
sorts.
he's not that extreme.
He's some
I-
sort of star map seller. You know?
No.
I have a bit of a Chris Garneau up at the moment, but it might take a second to appear on the live
Bring
stream.
that-
For some
little-
reason, and I haven't seen Chris Garneau in a long time, but I think of Dominic when I think of Chris Garneau in a way.
I
you know?
think
wow,
Dominic would
wow.
go for Chris Garneau.
He's looking pretty good in this picture. Yeah, I will say. I mean,
Bring that,
but
like,
he's got a bit of a mustache though. That I
No,
don't-
that's a
Oh,
newer.
no,
that,
get
you
rid
got to
of
go to the. You
mustache.
got to
We
go to the
don't want the
2000.
mu-
You have to
no,
go
we
to
need to-
2000.
Oh, okay.
We're not in the
You
mustache
go say
era.
Chris Garneau 2000.
Chris Garneau
Okay,
2009.
It's so funny. Chris Garneau
2009.
2000. It's like
Okay.
Right.
it's like a robot or something.
Chris.
No, just type in Chris Garneau 2000. No,
2000.
I'll just. I'm finding one. I'm finding one without a mustache here.
2000. If you do Chris Garneau 2006, you might see some sort of prime
Look
cut.
up Chris Garneau Castle songs.
You
or
might see
whatever.
some
Castle
Time.
Castle Time.
You might see some prime cut Garneau.
You're gonna see this Lucifer #2 in his full prime, maybe.
Okay. I mean, I got one up
I bet
here.
a lot of things are flying in
Oops.
here right now. By the
No,
way,
it's fine. They're
Um,
not.
You know what? In this one, he's really looking like him. Actually,
Okay,
again,
that's why.
it might again take a second for it to refresh
Oh,
on
no,
your
what just happened?
stream there, but I see this one pretty hardcore.
to me, this guy looks like one of Madonna's dancers. I swear, in Vogue.
I don't think
Yes.
In
so.
Vogue.
Yeah.
In Vogue.
That
In, the,
too.
in the in the movie Vogue.
In the movie. Well, sure, I could kind of see that. But
Stuff flying around on you.
no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at
Anyhow,
Chris Garneau incarnate. But regardless, he's his own beautiful little angel.
He's his own beautiful angel.
yeah.
He's his own little.
So you
beautiful-
know, she's obviously some sort of angel, Angela herself, because her name is Angela.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
So what do you make of? Do you think both of the girls died at the end, or you think that,
I think.
or
it-
just whatever,
I don't know. I don't.
or
think-
whatever? You don't draw your.
I don't
conclusion.
know if I know. I don't think we know for sure, but I think it could be like a death of
Well,
maybe the mindset
well,
of.
one of them sinks, and the other one.
Well, okay, maybe
rises.
it might be like the death of Angela's innocence to a degree, maybe, or I
Wait, no,
don't know.
Angela's innocence had been dead.
No, I don't think her innocence was dead. She was like transition. I think she was trying to save it in a way, but maybe it was like
I took Angela's death as literal personally, just because it
Literal? Okay.
felt so like a real scene. But I feel like what felt a little more metaphorical was her younger
When the
sister
lit-
like rising up. That felt to me more like that maybe she.
Well, she's obviously doing something kind of magical there, so maybe it was.
Well, that too, of course, yeah. But I also think maybe that could represent maybe her sister is, you know, I don't know. She's going to rise up now that her sister has died or something.
pass the reins.
Well, no,
Yeah,
her
yeah.
sister was the sister was gotten by Lucifer, and so then the other ones are saved
Right.
or something like
aren't
that.
gonna go to heaven. Wait, but what did you think of the ending, Dominic?
I mean, look, the ending, she floats up, and then it fades to white.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some implication or something that
well, maybe it
the
means that
daughter
they were-
goes to
they-
heaven.
or maybe they got purified.
I don't know. It seemed
Yeah.
like a heavenly thing, you know.
I
Wait,
could
so-
seemed
buy
like they both
purify.
died.
I could buy purify more than death of the little sister. I don't think to me I didn't interpret it as little sister dies. I feel like it's the sacrifice finally happened, I guess. And if it's from the perspective of Angela, I feel like maybe she feels like in her dying she's going to save her little sister. But whether that actually happens is like remains to be seen, of course. But I feel like this movie is from Angela's perspective, and from Angela's perspective, if she were to sacrifice herself, then yeah, her family is safe.
But also,
Wait, what did you think of the end, Dominic? I just want to know.
I thought it was interesting. Like I was, I was into it. I mean, I thought that was something to chew on. I was
Yeah.
intrigued by the ending for sure.
I thought
And
the
that's
end-
kind
I
of
think
how
the
I took it
ending's awesome,
was that she is it's like a unintentional, of course, but she's sacrificing herself, and ultimately it's going to, in her eyes, mean that her family kind of, I don't know, gets to go to heaven, or lives a more peaceful life or whatever.
Which
But
the reality is that her family is going to be in torment,
Right.
and be now in a state of hell because of it.
which I think is the reality, but in the
Oh, like in other words, Lucifer got all
Well,
of
I mean,
them
look,
now.
the mom is going to be really kind of out of the picture at this point, it seems, and so it's
What?
really
Why?
because it's just she's got issues. She's
She's not going to be out of it now
she's
that
in a
her daughter
sanatorium, you know?
died. No, they said she was getting out soon.
I don't think so.
She is.
I think he was kind of saying that to encourage her. I think
Oh,
that
wow.
she has issues. Maybe she was, but I got the sense that if Angela died, then it's just going to be the dad and the little daughter.
So what was up with the? She was so mean with blindfolding that kid and pushing him down the ledge. I was kind of like,
I know that she was mean to. She had a dark, kind of disturbed and sort of misguided way about her. I mean, the fact that she was intrigued by the child molester somehow, and kind of rationalized it by saying he's an angel, a good angel, and then
yet
she
rejecting all the
and then
innocent
all the
and
good
pure people
guy. Yeah,
around
the
her.
kid was a good kid. Well, mostly seemed like a decent kid. Although he threw that
He was
thing.
wholesome.
But he just, was a wholesome kid. And then, she pushed him and stuff. Oh, another risque scene, by the way, is her practicing kissing with her sister.
oh right,
Right.
yeah.
That was interesting.
But I feel like the way that they actually kiss is pretty, like, just
no,
kind of-
it was just a little risque,
yeah.
No,
well,
but
when they
I-
were talking
I
about it, I
think-
was like, oh, okay, whoa.
No,
But-
because she was gonna kiss. I think she was planning on kissing that boy.
Of
maybe.
course, yeah, of course. That's why she wanted to practice.
Yeah.
Anywho.
But anyways.
Wait. But I thought the ending was actually really cool and really interesting.
I like the
and
ending a lot.
artsy. I think that really reminded me of Orlando, by the way.
At the end?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because remember Orlando?
I don't even want to ruin it for people.
Don't ruin it.
But
I haven't seen it, but
I
yeah.
do want to say this. The ending really reminded me. I mean, not to ruin it, but Radio Flyer. It was just.
Oh yeah.
It was very Radio
I see
Flyer in a
this-
different
I
kind of
definitely
way.
see the parallels,
In
but
a different way.
stylistically and aesthetically, it's very different.
In a different way. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's
Wait.
they're kind of like they're very similar and yet.
Oh, did you
they're
pull up Chris
very different
Garneau or
styles.
no?
Oh, that was ages ago. I've already gotten rid of it.
Ah, shit. Oops. Okay, I missed it. Oh well. Anyway.
Anywho, are there any final things we want to say? We should probably wrap up pretty soon.
Nah,
here,
not
but-
really. Snip.
I don't know. I like this movie. I wanted to share it with
I mean,
you
I didn't
people
really- yeah, what did the
because
people
I didn't
say?
think that it's not like. Yeah, what did you guys think?
I didn't really
people out
look
there?
at this comments or anything, but what did people say?
I don't know. What did people say? I mean, I don't know if people really
I
giving
mean,
their opinions
did
on
Bryce
it.
Shell like it?
Bryce, did you like it? Gemma, did you watch it? Trey Brown, anybody?
Well, Maxime, who left, said, "Great movie choice, thank you." So it
Oh,
sounds like
okay.
they watched it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll have to
Um,
go. Great. movie.
Maxime.
Oh, Justin Coleman. Did I ever see Ripe? Yes, I did. Wait, Ripe. I'm trying to remember what happened in it. I definitely watched it though. Oh, wait. Was that? Hold on. Let me just. I did see that though. I did
Maxime
see
was
it.
wondering what we thought of the end and if we saw it coming, and I think Brent kind of touched on that.
I did see that comment earlier,
Yeah.
and so I did respond to that on purpose.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I let us know. Let us know what you thought in these final moments here, and we'll rope you in if you're still here.
We'll ripe you. We'll ripe you.
We'll ripe you right on in. Maxime also said the hallucinations probably didn't mean to not only build. Oh wait, did you already read this, Brent?
Maybe.
They didn't only build the characters, but it also helps the director create a dreamlike movie more
Oh, I
than
didn't-
based on
no, I
a
didn't.
real story one.
Oh no, I didn't read that.
So I think they were just kind of saying that the hallucinations added to the dreamlike quality, which
Well,
yeah, definitely,
certainly.
yeah,
that was why it was dreamlike to
right,
me.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't just that, but I also thought even the things that were real, like the just that roller skate appearing to them, and then there's the horse and
Yeah.
and then just that they go into these people's house and they're saying somebody's gonna have a baby or something, and there's all these kids and they run out and then they're just in this. It's actually what a weird scene when they're in this kitchen and it's just this little girl in the high chair and the two girls, and the girl in the high chair is just sort of sitting there. I don't know. She might have been lower functioning or something, but that was an interesting scene, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yeah,
so
yeah. With all the
that girl in
kids.
the high chair.
It's all the kids.
Oh,
girl
that
in the-
was so
kind of
weird.
lower-
That reminded me of like a scene out of Gummo or something.
Yeah, it's just weird that this
like-
whole family leaves, but they just leave this girl in the high chair there with these two girls, with the
Right.
the girls,
right.
the main girls.
and then the camera like really focuses on that girl for a minute.
it just
there.
was weird that she was just sort of sitting there in a sort of
Well,
somewhat
just kind of. I think
oblivious.
it was highlighting sort of the dysfunctions of other kinds of families too. Like that family had what, like 10 kids,
Right, right.
and they're the mom seemed like a very caring, normal mom, and maybe that was interesting as a contrast to their mom. But at the same time, there was this weird situation going on there. Wait, have you ever seen Gummo,
Yeah, yeah.
Dominic? Oh, okay,
The Harmony
cool.
Korine film.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a comment from Nicole Van Ness that I was gonna read.
Oh,
what it was.
She said, "I didn't like the ending, but thought the film was good. The ending didn't resonate with me viscerally, but had to rationalize an explanation to understand it."
oh, okay.
I mean, it
So,
did
yeah.
have that kind of Wong Kar-wai kind of slow motion thing going, which was, it does kind of make it seem a little
melodramatic.
something. I don't know, but it had that slow motion effect. Which the movie didn't have that. Besides, that part, and it was a little kind of interesting that it had that kind of somewhat melodramatic slow motion.
I loved it. I thought
But
it was
I-
cool.
I do-
It
I
kind
like-
of reminded me a little bit of like there was a Picnic at Hanging Rock feeling to it as well in a way, because it's like there's a mystery there. You know what I mean?
Well, I do really like that she rose up and
I
floated.
really like that.
It is
too.
kind of a,
It's just
just-
Wait, do
Disturbing,
you mean
I
like the
think, to a
low
degree.
frame rate thing that was happening there at the end? Is that what you're talking
when
about?
Yeah.
it underwater.
well, no,
Yeah.
not
Kinda
just that,
slow
but
motion.
then even when she rises up.
Well, no, when she rose up, it wasn't like that.
Yes, it was.
Oh, really?
Oh wait, but Justin
Well,
Coleman
that seemed
said,
intent-
didn't Heavenly Creatures do something like this?
Oh, yeah, I seen it.
Love that movie as
Heavenly
well.
Creatures, yeah, that was.
Yeah, Heavenly Creatures. I will say I liked a lot more than this film.
That's the movie that sort of makes me
Really?
want to be a woman the most out of probably
Wait.
any other.
Heavenly
movie.
Creatures is, I think,
I
incredible.
want to be a woman from that movie.
Jamie, did you like this movie? Jamie just showed up. I was just curious. And Trey Brown said that they like. Wait, did Trey Brown say they like the movie? I don't know.
There was a Letterboxd review that called it Gummo for Girls, which is
Oh, that's funny. Gummo for Girls. I
Gummo
feel
for
like it's
Girls?
Radio Flyer.
No.
Radio Flyer for
This is
indie
not
girls.
Gummo for Girls. I
Radio
don't
Flyer
think
for
so.
indie girls.
They're not saying that, but they're saying a review said that. Just to be clear.
Oh, really? That's so funny because Gummo is such a darker, weird, like.
It
more
is kind of
messed up
similar.
movie.
Look, Gummo has this kid kind of going around to seeing different things. He's kind of on a bit of a journey too, and I don't know.
Gummo's way darker. I mean, it's
Oh
a
no,
bit
I actually
more-
think this is a darker movie.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think Gummo is more
No,
freakish in a way, but
there's like such blatant like violence in that movie.
but
and
it's kind of that.
just kind of dark.
Yeah, I
dark
don't know. I felt this to be a
happenings.
much darker movie actually.
Well, no, this is more like treading on the precipice of light and dark. I think this one has some really beautiful scenes of just pure. It's like there's a heavenly aspect to it, but there is also that it does tread on a dark edge. But Gummo is just like all dark in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, there's just like some really dark, disturbing things in that movie.
I mean, it's Harmony Korine. I feel like
Yeah,
he
he's
just
going
does
for that.
more. It's not even just dark. It's
gritty.
more
it's
just
like gritty.
yeah. It's like risque to use Brent's word from earlier. It's like kind of this nasty.
There's a shock.
There's a
shock
nastiness
value
to it
going
all.
to. Yeah, it's like I think he's going for a little bit more of a.
He
shock
loves
value.
a nasty.
I think his stuff is more kind of gross out or something like
Yeah.
that. But I think this was ultimately had a darker edge to it in a way.
Well, I don't
like
know
I
if
think
I'd say
Gummo is
that.
meant to be kind of funny in a way or something.
No,
like that.
I don't think so.
But about that, Bryce said that I liked the ending and it showed fish and flying. She sleeps with the fishes.
Oh, like the
Well,
merman.
I just
Mr. Fishkin. That
I
is.
think it's about ultimately a statement on sort of Michael Fishkin and his legacy as a journalist and sort of
Back to you, Chuck.
and foreskin advocate, and a Fishkin advocate, I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. Actually, I think.
No, I think that's ultimately what it was. A statement about Fishkin.
I think it was actually written and dedicated to by and for Mr. Fishkin.
Well, did you know that Rebecca Miller's
Her,
second husband.
her second skin was named. Her second skin is Mr. Fish.
Her first huskin was
No, her first offspring is fish skin.
her first offskin was actually fish.
Uh-oh.
It was actually that she created her first offskin.
Uh-oh.
Ended up being
Can you hear us?
You're
you hear
back
us?
now, but there was
We can't
something
hear
wrong
you.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
You unplugged something.
Oh my
Hold on.
God, we just got unplugged.
You got MTV unplugged.
Yeah, well, it's been back and
Can't hear
forth.
him. I think he can hear us.
Can you
I
hear
can
us?
hear you, yeah. I can hear you.
Hold on.
He can hear us. You can hear us.
I can hear you, yeah.
You know what? That's all that matters right now because
Wait,
we're wrapping it up anyway.
We are, but just
We're
We are. But
damn it. Okay, it's not working.
well,
I'm so sorry.
I'll just take it over from here.
Okay, I guess
anyway,
we should
look,
wrap
we'll
it
just
up.
sort of mouth out what he's going to say. I take it you're going to wrap up the show.
I'll wrap
Michael
it.
Fishkin is what's there's the main star of this
That's
whole
the
movie.
main point of this episode.
I mean, uncredited, but that he was in this movie. Angela. And thanks for having me. And I guess, what are you trying to say? Like, do I have anything I want to mention?
Yes,
No,
yeah,
not
yeah.
really. Oh, Laura and I do this podcast together called the Chicken Coop, and it's
Mm-hmm.
every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know if Laura's going to be there tomorrow, but I will be for sure. And
I may not be there tomorrow.
but
Sorry, guys.
usually every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and then also, and it's on YouTube, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Brent Weinbach. All these people know it though; they're all there. And in fact, I don't think there's a single person here who doesn't know
That's
about
not
it.
true. There are.
Really?
I think so.
Um,
Maybe not because I've mentioned it to them. So.
and then also, and that's it. And then there's another podcast called the Poundcast. But these people know, okay? So whatever, no big whoop on that one right there. But you can check that out. Anyways, thanks for having me.
For
Thank
sure.
you so much, Dominic, for hosting and co-hosting and co-captaining
Co-captioning.
this fish skin adventure that we've had.
Absolutely.
And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. If you're going to be in the San Francisco Bay Area around August 2nd, Fox Hills Brigade is playing at a little event called the Selkie Fest in, what's it called again? Lake Chabot. Lake Chabot. That's where it's going to be. We're going to be there full band, so check that out if you're interested in seeing my band.
I'll be there.
And that'll be it. Dominic, if you have anything else to say, say it. I will not hear it because guess what? I don't want to. No, I'm just kidding. I just can't.
So that's going to be it for us today. If you aren't following us, you can follow us on YouTube or Twitch to watch live every other Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also post podcast services so you can listen later on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. Our next episode will be on July 28th. So follow us on Instagram and we'll let you know what the film is that we'll be doing as it gets closer. Again, thanks to Brent for being on the show today. Appreciate it. They can't hear me, so he could. I could really just say whatever. I could say "fuck you" to Brent if I so wished right now. And in fact, I just did. And in fact, he'll never know because he'll never watch this back. And so fuck you, Brent. Can't believe you would do this to me. And that's gonna be it for us today at Totally Tell Me. Really do appreciate it. And we will see you in a couple of weeks for our next episode. Thanks to everyone for watching, and see you soon. Bye.
J'ai faim de